Yep.
but that was a different subject. Um,
Rule number two. Rule
rule
number
number
one is
two,
protect it, right?
protect it, man. Always protect it. Rule number two is respect it. I mean, you got to respect the mountain. The mountain will not respect you. It'll eat you. We're in the, I don't care how much gear you have, it'll kill you. I mean, it
Yeah.
really will. The mountains are wild. They don't have a go home easy button. It's like
No.
you got to be
Yep.
prepared for it. When you put
Yeah.
yourself out there, you better be prepared for it because no one's
Yeah.
coming to get you.
Robin Hood and Little John are walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other one has to say. Reminiscing.
All right, family, here we go. We got another episode of the FOC podcast, front of center, here in the new studio. Me and Tyrell, we got it built out. Feels like home. I'm pretty excited.
Good morning, B. Yeah, dude. This has been a big project for you.
Yeah.
There's been some love poured into
All
it,
my extra
and
minutes.
this is feels really awesome.
Yep. So just want to say hi. Thank you to Ruckless for letting us do this. Ruckless.com. The boys over at the GOT Outpost. Find them on YouTube. They're doing all the gear education side for Ruckless, and love watching those guys. They're my favorite part of what we're doing right now.
Totally.
And so go find Jay and Drew. Check those guys out. So today we got Jake Herak on, Mountain Man TV show on the History Channel.
Yep.
I think he's in his 8th season, and we had a great conversation with him. And so we're pumped to get you guys right into it. I don't think we have a lot to say because a lot was said in there.
Yes, sir.
And just go give it a listen, have some fun, and we'll see you on the next one. So cool, man. Well, dude, I mean, thanks for coming on, man.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You're the freaking mountain man. You said it was one phone call, man. Was what created the mountain? Were you born a mountain man, or did you create it? Is that
All right,
something?
so here
that,
we go. This is actually probably going to blow a lot of people's minds. I was born and raised on the Flathead Indian Reservation, and believe it or not, none of my parents or family hunt, fish, or trap.
Really?
When I was in kindergarten, I watched a show called Jeremiah Johnson.
Oh yeah, baby.
Literally
Oh yeah.
watched that show.
Yep.
The show got over. I ran to the kitchen. I stole the steak knife. I ran outside to our willow tree. I cut down a willow tree. I untied my shoe. I made a bow. I cut a
No, you
couple
did not.
arrows. I cut a couple arrows, and I started walking around this hayfield, kicking over 70-pound hay bales, and started shooting field mice as they were scurrying away.
Yeah.
And
So
that kind of
okay,
that
that's funny
that
because I was gonna
literally
say like you just
started
go out and
my
start
hunting
trapping mice,
passion.
or
That literally, I kicked those bales over, and they just scatter, and I was just flinging arrows as fast
and
as
you
I
were
could.
in love from that moment
And I was
on.
in love. Like
Yeah.
it was like I was meant to be a mountain man, and
Yeah.
25 years later, here I am running around on TV, and I get to be a modern day mountain man. And it's truly a dream come true. It all happened over a random phone call that I thought was a prank phone call, and
Yeah.
now I'm on TV.
How'd they call you? I mean, who found like how'd they find you? Was it a buddy? Like you got to get this guy on.
Literally, so a buddy called me and said, "Hey, I hope you don't mind, but I threw your name in the hat to be the new mountain man." And I started laughing at him,
way.
and I was like, "Oh man, that's pretty funny stuff." I
Yeah.
didn't think nothing of it. 2 weeks later, I get a random phone call, and I honestly thought it was my buddy sitting next to somebody else prank
Yeah.
phone calling me, trying
Pranking
to
you.
set up this interview.
Oh,
So I'm not kidding you. I do not know why they hired me. I was saying some off the wall stuff. Like they were asking me questions, and I was firing like with the worst smart aleck answers I could give.
no.
And in the end, he's like, "All right, sounds good. You're our guy. What time do you want to do your interview?"
You're like,
And
oh
I was
shit,
like,
that was real.
"No,
That was
no."
real.
He's
Now
like,
I'm on
"What
a
time do you
show.
want to do your interview?" I go, "Tuesday." He goes, "Sounds good. What's your address?" I said, I gave him my address. He said, "What time?" I said, 2:00. He said, "Okay." I hung up the phone. I sat next to the phone. I put it on the table, and I went, "Oh yeah, Bill, you think you got me, didn't you?" Like I was sitting there staring at my phone, thinking my buddy's gonna call me and tell me that he prank called me.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, my hounds started barking. So I ran outside and I'm messing with the
You thought he was
hounds.
in the
I
driveway
totally
messing with you.
No, I totally forgot about the phone call. Like,
Oh, okay.
the hounds blanked my mind, so I forgot about it. So I spray noxious weeds in the summertime, and I
Uh-huh.
usually work 6 to 7 days a week. Um, Coincidentally, it rained on Tuesday, so we don't get to go to work when it rains. It never
Yep.
rains in Montana, but it
Uh-uh.
rained on that Tuesday. And so I stayed home. I was working around the house. My dog started barking, and I was like, what the heck? So I look outside, and my driveway is like a half mile long. And I look down, and here comes a Dodge truck. And I go to walk outside, and when I did, I looked at the clock, and it was 11:50, or it was 1:55. And I thought, what
Wait a
the
minute.
heck? Wait a minute. So I open the door, and this dude steps out that's like 7 foot tall. Like, he looks to the left, he looks to the right, and he goes, "This is perfect." He's got a big old smile on his face. And I said, "Perfect for what?" And he said, "For the show." And I looked him dead in the eyes and I said, "Oh shit." And he was like, "What?" And I said, "If I'm being honest, I thought this was a total prank. I had no idea this is a real deal." And like, he
Oh
went
my
from smiling to straight faced, and he looks at me, he's like, "Did I just drive across the state for a prank?" And I'm like, I don't
I
know.
don't
What do you
I
guys
don't know.
want?" Because
Yeah.
literally, you asking me questions, I was just being a smart ass because I thought
Yeah.
it was a joke. So,
Oh
we
shit.
had a small conversation. We did a little interview, and here I am.
Here
8
you
years
are,
later, I've
man.
I've done 8 seasons of Mountain Men and been running my dogs like a wild man, and it's truly been a really fun adventure.
Has it really? Yeah.
Yeah, it really has. I
Have
mean,
you
there's
had
a
to do
lot that
anything
goes.
different than just be yourself? I mean, have you had to kinda, like, stretch a little bit to do some other stuff? I mean, I guess you might there's probably some, like, expectation of being in the woods a certain amount, right? But
Oh yeah, it's definitely full on. It's kind of me sharing my lifestyle, helping out the local ranchers, pushing mountain lions off their private onto the mountain, where back to where lions naturally go. So a
yeah,
lot of times what you have is in the winter time, these cats and all the game gets
yeah,
pushed down from the snowfall and whatnot, and us as humans have grown into the edges of the mountains, and a
mhm,
lot of times it creates conflict, whether the mountain lion's hiding underneath your porch or whatever it is. We'll get a call from the game warden, a rancher, a concerned citizen, and load up the dogs and go out and usually chase the cat back onto the mountain.
that's cool. That's I mean, what an absolute
It's
adventure, bud.
it's truly it's addicting. I don't even It's a drug. It's literally a
Absolutely.
drug.
And I know Heath has
So
told me, he's like, "You ever wanna come out and just chase some cats around?" He's like, "You come." He's like, "Jake's doing it every day, in the winter." I
I,
mean, it's
so my schedule used to be, I used to go December 1st to February 1st, 7 days a week, including Christmas.
yeah,
And that was because I calved on the Sandry Ranch. So I
yeah.
moved on to the Sandry Ranch on February 1st, and we would go 7 days a week until May 1st. So I had to get all my
That's a
lion
tough
hunting in.
operation, bud. That is those boys are
Yes, it
serious.
was quite the operation. I mean, we got
Oh, yeah.
about a 4-man crew, and we're calving out 2,000 head of cows.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of hard to tell people like the amount of workload that can be.
It's
Um,
absurd.
Comparably, like a lot of the other local ranches that have anywhere from 2 to 3,000 cows usually have about 15 employees.
Yeah.
And the Sandrew family's doing that with about a 4-man crew. So it's truly
Oh, yeah.
impressive what those guys can pull off.
It's, getting to know, like, I don't know, Joe's brother, but, just, I kinda giggled at myself when I went in his house, and just kinda see some of the sheds and some of that bull elk he's got sitting around, and I just think I was laughing because I was like, there's kids putting stuff on social media and all these guys thinking they're shooting stuff, and then you got guys like Joe that nobody knows about, and he's an absolute
Killers.
freaking savage of a dude. Like, you meet him, you're like, "Holy hell, this guy is just like," you can just tell he's just one of the grittiest bastards, you ever run into. You know what I mean? I would
So,
not wanna tangle with him. I'll take a mountain lion on. He just I
so
he seems like a
he's an
spicy son gun.
dude, he's an absolute animal.
Oh, yeah.
When I met Joe, like I said, he was on the opposite end of the football field as me.
No, thank you.
He was a running back, linebacker, just like me. And I can tell you, he's the only man that I felt I was evenly matched with.
Yeah.
Both of us were like 170 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, that's like what we've weighed. I
That
watched Joe
perfect little
Sandrew
just
less
yeah.
like 3 years ago. Me and Joe lift every other night.
Yeah.
I watched Joe Sandrew at 170 pounds bench press 225 pounds 36 times.
What? That's like
That's like
combine
more than
numbers.
the
That's
that's
a record,
better
I would
than the
believe.
combine.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah,
That's
you could
yeah,
put him in any of the combines and he would beat the lineman as a
that's crazy.
170-pound
Yeah.
clean. Like he
Just
doesn't do
boxa,
drugs. There ain't
just
no
rock.
steroids.
No.
It's literally farm tough.
Oh,
Like the
yeah.
kid is just
Ain't no
farm
doubt.
tough.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's like
So
he's a guy that I would never in a million years wanna hunt with because 'cause he'd put
I
me
mean,
down.
it so
He
and
would
it's
put
funny
me
like
down.
that with the TV deal. We're hiking around. We just got out of high. I mean, we just got out of football season. We're hiking around in the mountains. It's like pitch black out. We're hiking up in the woods a couple hours before daylight. And I say, you know, Joe and Heath, we're the guys that should be getting paid for this.
Yeah.
And they both start laughing at me. And they're like, Jake, you're crazy because I'm the dreamer of the group. You know, I'm the jokester. I
Yep.
keep everything alive. And I'm like, no, man, we should be getting paid. Like, we're the guys that are getting up 4 hours before daylight. We are hiking to the top of the mountain. And by the time everybody else wakes up and gets to the parking lot, we are already, 3.5, 4 hours into our hike and we're at the top of the mountain. I was like, not many guys do this. Like, we should be getting paid for this. And
Oh, yeah.
so they both laughed at me and I don't know, it's kind of funny how it's went full swing and now I'm getting, all these companies are reaching out to me wanting me to test gear and it's really
Right.
special to be a part. Like it's one thing to get stuff given to you, but to
Yeah.
have a company hand you equipment and say, go break this, find the flaws in it. Like,
Absolutely.
that's the companies you want to be a part of.
Yeah.
They want you to go break their equipment, get with their engineers, figure out how they can better it. And I mean, that's truly it's what it's about is better in the whole scheme of the hunting world, I guess.
Well, dude, and it's gotta be hard for those guys to find somebody like you that puts that many days in the backcountry because the truth of it is like, I mean, there's a lot of us that, a lot of guys daily that like to hunt. They, whatever they wear, if it's Sitka and the crispy boots and all the different, clothing, they might get 10, 12 hard days on them max in a year. You know what I mean? And so
Oh
then
yeah.
for a guy like you to, you know what I mean? I've watched a little bit of the shows and, you know, you're running and sliding down the hill, you know what I mean? And tearing those things up, right? And it's like they're gonna get their asses beat, the pants, the boots.
So that's one thing that I've always told people is like, I mean, I have companies that want to pay me to wear their stuff.
Yeah.
I don't I don't accept a dollar from one company out there. I've never been paid for any product promotion. If you give me your
Really?
gear and I believe in it,
Yeah.
then I'll use it and I'll put it on TV for you. I have no problem. But I will not accept your gear for free and put it to the test. And if it's garbage, I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I grew up poor.
Yeah.
So I understand living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And when you invest in something, you want it to be quality and last.
Yeah.
And so I've always just, kind of been an upfront dude. And I don't care if one company wants to pay me a boatload of money to promote their stuff. If I don't
Right.
believe in it, it ain't
Yeah.
happening.
Is there
I mean, it's
anybody that
just,
you would go like either because it's good enough or you just, you don't want to tie yourself down because you never know where they're gonna go. And now you feel like you're selling out a little bit to your kind of your consumer
y-
base, I would assume, right?
it's kind of funny. I had this problem with Sig Sauer and Night Force. Sig Sauer is one of the best companies to work for. They've always given me products.
Yeah.
And the president told me, I don't ever want to hear how great my product is. I want to hear the flaws in it. Never call me with how great something is. I want to hear what's wrong with it. And
Yeah.
so for them to tell me that, it was pretty awesome. And then I went with, Night Force has always been my scope. Like it was the one that, they're one of the best scopes out there. and by far one of the toughest. The problem is the price tag on them.
Yeah.
For a guy who's working a job, from anywhere from $12 an hour up to $18 an hour,
Yep.
Yep.
it takes a lot of paychecks to save up for a night force.
Yeah.
Um, and so it's just like, I tried to work a deal with Night Force and I couldn't quite get in my foot into the door because they're such a quality, good company. And so I started out with Sig Sauer, and of course they have, I believe in all their firearms, their
Yeah.
pistols, and their rangefinders are the best in
Yeah.
my opinion.
And they've
I
got
don't
the
run
optics
anybody
too. I mean,
else's.
I got a
They
pair of those
they have the
stabilizer
optics,
vinyls this year, and I know that
hands down. Like,
it's
people
pretty.
give me crap for this, and they tell
Yeah.
me I'm paid for this, but the Zulu binoculars are the best on the planet. I
And what?
have Swarovskis sitting in my safe.
Yep.
I mean, I
Yep.
have access to any binoculars I want in the world, and I run the Zulus.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
Like, I mean,
Heath gives me
period, the
shit
end.
about them too, but I mean, dude, there's just something about just the fatigue of looking through stuff all day long, you know? And it's just so nice to
Oh,
sit there and
you
go like, I'm just sitting here and I can look through the mountain with those things from a stability. I
70
think
miles an hour
stability.
going down the highway.
I know it's crazy. It's
Literally, like,
crazy.
there's a buck, and I'm like, 6 point. It's like
Yeah.
you're doing 70 down the highway. I
Yep.
mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy what those
Yep.
things are capable of. And the
Yeah.
biggest thing is when you get on the mountain and you get into those big gusts of wind and you're sitting in that saddle and you're trying to, look across the canyon at a
Yeah.
bull or a buck, and
Yeah.
it's just shaking you just enough. And those things
Yeah.
are like rock solid.
Oh yeah.
So I am a huge promoter of the Zulu binoculars.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I do believe that, Sig got some of the best technology in their scopes. As far as their rangefinder, their kilo setup, one click of a button and you're Bluetoothing
Yes.
um, all the info into a scope that someone else is behind. And
Yeah.
it's spot on technology.
Yep.
Personally, I don't like a lot of technology. So that's why
One
I've
more
always
thing to go
preferred
wrong, right?
yeah, so that's why I've always preferred the Night Force scope.
Yeah.
So that was one conflict I've had is, Sig's got scopes, Night Force has scopes. I'm a Night Force scope guy, but I'm a Sig Sauer rifle, pistol, and rangefinder. So,
Yeah.
there's kind of I work with multiple companies that are in the same wheelhouse, I guess, competition
Right.
wise.
Well, and I think
So
there's something to be said just for knowing your gear. I'm going to embarrass myself a little bit. Like we didn't grow up with any of that either. Our dad, we grew up with our dad, and he didn't do much. I mean, he couldn't do with that, right? He had four boys and just himself. He's a teacher, and we had like two nickels to rub together, as a family.
yeah.
And so I was the same way. Like I had a job mowing lawns, and the first thing I ever bought was a bow, like a little compound, little red Indian from Walmart bow, you know. And
Yep.
then I found some arrows at a thrift store. I couldn't afford tips, so I cut them off and just sharpened the aluminum on the shaft. And I would go out and hunt rabbits at night. I had a flashlight I taped to it, and I'd go out in the field. We lived out in the country. I'd go out in the field with my flashlight taped to the bow, and just look for eyeballs. You know what I mean? Just standing there, and I just
Yep.
shoot him with just the broken off shaft of the arrow. But um, yeah, where was I going with this? Talking about being poor gets a little distracting, but uh, oh, so just knowing your gear. Yeah, I'm gonna embarrass myself. I didn't really know how to run a scope. I didn't. I mounted. I had a guy at the shop help me mount the scope on a 270 WSM. And it was a good scope. I got a Leopold. I had a buddy that could get me a deal, so I got a deal on this Leopold scope. And on the turret, right, the MOA dial of like 1, 2, 3, 4. I never knew, and I could have freaking YouTubed it. It wouldn't have been that hard. I just assumed it was 100 yards, 200 yards, 300 yards, 400 yards. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
stuff. And it's not. It's freaking not.
Nope. Yep.
There's a
Turns
dope
out it's
chart in
not
it.
even close.
Not even close. But so and then I had been at a thing we've gone to a bunch called Winter Strong. There's a guy, Buck, who he works, I think he works for SIG now. No, it's Leopold. But he teaches all the special forces like sniping and all that. So I took his little session with him, how to lay prone, all this stuff, all of it. I didn't know how to run a scope though. But I had shot the shit out of that rifle. You know what I mean? And without really knowing it, a 270 WSM 3 MOA is roughly 300 yards, just happenstance, and four is roughly 400 yards, and it kind of just almost is in between there. It almost works, and I didn't know any different. It shot pretty damn well, and I shot the shit out of it. And so I was on a hunt with a buddy. He's a guide. We see this bull. It's like it was so funny, dude. Like he starts out at 300 yards, and I lay prone, and I'm laying there. Put my coffee down there so I can show you because I'm laying there like here, rifle here. I'm set up, and he like ranges. He's like 300 yards. I'm like, I reach up and I click it, because I think I know what I'm doing, right? So three. And then he ranges again, 340. I'm like, I reach up, I click, and I'm sitting there and not knowing this in his mind, he's going, holy shit, he knows he knows this dope chart so well on this rifle. And I look the part, do you know what I mean? And he calls
Oh
out
yeah.
again 375, but he's going behind ridges and on the trees. And I'm like, I dialed a 375, which is whatever, somewhere between 3.7. I get back on trigger. He goes behind a tree up a ridge. 412. I dial it again. And he, the whole time he's going, this guy knows what he's doing. He's like, all right, you got a shot. I got a shot. Got a shot. Boom, shoot. Heart shot, bull drops, and we walk up and we're back at camp and he's telling the story and I'm just like, I'm the shit. You know what I mean? I,
Yeah. Yep.
well, a day and a half later, this other guy's rifle had been jamming up and we're back at camp and I'm like, dude, use mine. I'm like, so we're all sitting around kind of the front porch of this cabin and I get him and I get the rifle out and I'm kind of going, okay, so just so you know, yardage wise, you just turn it to the 3 here and that's 300 yards, and you turn it to the 4 and that's 400 yards. And all of a sudden, the two guys that are like know what they're doing. They go, wait, hold up. You think that 3 means 300 yards and the 4? And I had been getting like all of this like praise in camp for 2 days. You know what I mean? Brian's a dead nuts. His heart shot 400. You should have seen it. It was amazing. And I'm thinking I'm so cool. And then all of that
Did
wiped away. And I got 3 days of just getting shit for not knowing how to run my
you?
rifle. And
You're like, how
um,
how did you even hit that bull?
oh yeah, exactly. They're like, and they're like, so you think 15 means 1,500 yards? And I was like, yeah, I kind of did. And I'm going, who the hell's shooting this thing 1,500 yards? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
good for them, but I ain't that guy.
I
I
don't
said I
need
kind of top out at
15.
that. Yeah. So it but I've kind of like told that story before, and I'm like, the point of it is like if you know nothing else, just know your gear. You know what I mean? Get
Oh,
behind that.
it's
If it's a rifle, get behind that scope a ton. And I
uh-huh.
didn't know didn't know what I didn't know at the time, but I had shot it so much. My confidence level was a 10 with that rifle, and it still is. You know what I mean?
Yep. Oh yeah.
But now I got the custom
Yeah.
turret. I know exactly what I'm shooting now.
Now you get to put it to 3 or 4.
I can put it to 3 or 4, and it actually means 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's perfect. It's funny, the
yeah. But
long
that's the other
range
thing. I'm not
game
afraid of
is
looking stupid either.
I've never been afraid to look stupid. I mean, look at my face.
I know when you got a face like this, you got to get used to it, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
just
part of
it.
it.
I
If
mean,
you're getting into it, you didn't know, like you didn't grow up in it, right? So I think that's the beauty of not growing up in it too, is you have to look stupid a little bit. You have to ask those dumb questions. And I think along the way, you probably found a lot of really cool parts of what you fell in love with, because nobody told you this is the road you're going to walk down, right? So you started
yeah,
to just
no.
kind of discover, you know.
Yeah, I'm definitely, what I would say is the black sheep of the family for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
My family comes over and they see the deadheads on my wall and they're like, "Oh, I don't think we wanna be inside your house anymore." So I'm
uh-huh.
like, "Alright,
How's
we'll meet
you
outside in
and
the
you got
lawn."
and you're married now?
I am, yep.
And she met you when you did have the deadheads on the wall, right? So those things are still up and she's cool with it?
I always tell her she met me before my fame.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's
which is
kinda
nice,
funny because she went to a rival school 6 miles from me, and I didn't even know who's like, they were the rivals, so
Yeah.
I booed them. We were
Yep.
big rivals, so I didn't know her. I actually met her 8 years ago, and she was only a grade below me and was 6 miles away. Had no idea
Nice.
about her.
Nice.
Yep.
How long you been married?
Just over 2 years.
Okay.
So, just getting started, really.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's hard to
I've
tame you
waited
guys
a
out there.
while.
It's that wild
Yeah.
country. You guys are wild men out there.
Well, it's funny because she was a veterinarian and like we had known each other for probably about 12 years now. And she was just getting into vet school when I had met her. Like she was just leaving and she
Yeah.
wanted to date me. And I was like, uh-uh,
Uh-uh.
you have no idea. Like I live in the mountains, which is
Yeah.
no cell phone service, which
Yeah.
means you're going to be at college thinking that I'm running around with other girls when I got no part in that. I'm chasing animals in the woods. So I'm not, you're
Yeah.
not going to be trying to call me. I'm going to be out of service all day, every day. It
Yeah.
just like I
Yeah.
avoided all that. And she tried to date me for probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. And I always just ran from her and hung out. And the second I found out she graduated and was moving back to the valley and made her decision to be here for life, because
Yeah.
this is where I've always wanted to be.
Yeah.
I grew I grew up on the other side of the state, and when I moved to Twin Bridges, I found my home. So this is where
Oh,
I
I
knew I
love that
wanted
town,
to
dude.
be.
It's got like a couple good breakfast joints at gas station, about 4 fly shops. You know what I mean?
And
And that's
yeah,
it.
there's four fly shops, and there's about two girls that you aren't related to. So it's
Yeah.
it's tough to find a girl that wants to live in this valley and actually stay here because it's
Yeah.
more of it's an outdoor ranchy community with not a lot going
Yeah.
on. So it
There
takes a
isn't. It's
special
very
breed
farm
of
ag.
woman.
Yeah.
Yes. Takes a
Yeah.
special breed of woman to want to stay here and live here.
Yep.
So
Yep.
the day I found out she was coming back, I looked at my little sister and told her I was going to marry her. And
No way.
oh yeah, my little sister to this day tells the story, and she's like, "I've never seen him so sure in my life, and I've never been so confused because I've never talked marriage ever, like ever,
Never. Yep.
ever." And even my wife, like when I proposed to her 2.5 years ago or whatever it was, she had no idea it was coming because I've never talked marriage
Never
ever.
even, so you guys hadn't had that conversation, like, she'd already picked her ring
Never.
out
Oh
like a
no.
lot of people.
Every time she like mentioned it, I'm like, and in
Yeah.
my mind, I already knew she was the one. Like I was, I
That's
knew.
awesome.
So
That's awesome. What was the next animal, man? So, the first thing to go down was a mouse.
first thing
Did we
would
get
go
a mouse
down
that
was a
night?
mouse. Oh, we got lots of mice. We got lots of mice.
Yeah.
So growing up on, man, I don't know if I should tell these stories, but
Well, that's always a balance, right? You have to be careful.
so growing up on the reservation, of course, I'm a white guy. I'm not Native American, so I don't have the rights that the Native Americans have. A lot of my
Which
friends
is
were
which
Native.
is what? Can they just go hunt kinda whenever they want?
They can go hunt whenever they want. They can harvest meat, gather for their families. They can go out
Yeah.
and kill several bucks in a day, several bulls in a day. There's not a lot of limitations on them when it comes to the
Yeah.
Native Americans and being on the reservation. So
Yeah.
I truly wish I was Native American because then I could just stay and hunt on the reservation where I grew
Every
up.
day you'd be like
It's
yeah,
instead we had to travel like 2.5 hours to get off the res. So none of my family hunted.
right,
So I'd have to beg to get this money because we weren't really, rich. So I'd have
right.
to beg to get these tags. Then I'd have to beg my buddy to ask his parents to take me hunting 1 or 2 weekends a year. And
Yeah.
the 1 or 2 weekends I went, I didn't know what I was doing. I was walking around the woods spooking stuff.
Yeah.
So I wasn't highly successful, starting out at 12 years old by myself. And my dad, he'd always get frustrated with me and be like, "Why are we wasting our money on these tags? You could be practicing for football or basketball or
Uh-huh.
whatever." And he
Yeah.
just always thought I was kind of crazy. Um, and so he gave me a lot of crap for not, harvesting animals, but it never deterred me one bit. I had a buddy who was Native American, and his dad would let us take the 22s out behind his house and hunt deer. And
Yeah.
I think I was like 8 years old when I shot my first white-tailed doe. I shot her right in the heart with a 22 rimfire at about 90 yards.
No
And
way.
yeah, it took us about 2.5 hours and she crossed the river, but I
Uh-huh.
found her. And I mean, I wasn't giving up. It was like
Yeah.
winter time. The river was cold. I was wading the river. It was like waist deep. And I finally found her, and I was so small at the time. We didn't know how to gut a deer or nothing.
That
It was
deer was
just
bigger than you. Yeah.
yeah, it was just the idea of chasing the deer. So I
Yeah.
finally find this dead deer, and I'm like, "Uh-oh, Hank, what do we do?" So
Now
me
what?
and Hank, we run back to the house, and we tell his dad that we got a deer, and his dad, of course, comes out and gets the deer and guts it out for us, and it was pretty cool. I mean, to
That's
a
really cool.
little bit illegal at 8 years old, but I mean,
You know,
it
is there
was
I wonder
highly
if there's a
fun.
statute of limitations on that or not, like,
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so too,
Yeah,
yeah.
we
So
ate the
tell me about
meat.
growing up on the reservation, man, like, what was that like?
Growing up on the reservation, a lot of people think that when you're in Montana, we're still in covered wagons and
Yeah,
the Native Americans are out here in teepees, and that's not the case at all.
yeah,
And they think because you're white, you can't grow up on the reservation, and that's totally not the case either.
yeah.
You're definitely uh, the minority, I guess, is what you
Yeah,
call
you
it
would
out
be.
there.
Yep.
You're definitely outnumbered, and it's like growing up. There's always what I always said is every every town has more Native Americans than white kids, so they always had that one white friend that they accepted into their
Yeah.
culture that was part of the family, part of the
So you were
tribe.
token you were the token white boy in the families?
In some of them, I mean,
Yeah,
I got in a lot of fistfights, like,
yeah,
making myself an equal, I would say, I had
yeah,
to prove myself. I grew up in a pretty tough little town of Dixon, and there was a lot of kids my age that liked to test me, so,
yeah.
um but now I mean, it's kinda crazy, they'll see me on TV, and they'll reach out to me, and they're like, "Hey, you remember that time that you beat the crap out of me in the park?" And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I tried to forget about that, but yeah, yeah, yeah."
Yep,
No,
yep.
I mean, it was fun. It was a fun, adventurous life, and I had older brother, younger siblings, sister and brother,
There's
and,
4 you guys then?
yeah, there's 4 of us.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm literally, like I said, I'm the black sheep. My brother's a school teacher. I can get him to go hunting with me, but it's more of I love taking him out. I'm kind of more of guiding him, I would say, than, if I take the leader role and we go into the
yeah,
the
for
woods.
sure.
And um my little brother got himself into some trouble, ended up getting into drugs, but he's finally
Yeah,
clean and
yeah,
got him out of all that stuff.
yeah,
So that's good. I mean, that's another problem, like, can tear apart any family. Drugs are a serious
yep,
thing, and
yep, yeah,
sometimes you can get
and
people
drugs
out
and
of them,
alcohol.
sometimes you can't.
Yeah, either one of those 2, right? I don't think as a man you get to get away with doing a whole lot of either one of those if you're drinking or drugs. I don't think you get away with it, right? I think as a rule, um, I would say you avoid that for the most part if you can, you know what I mean? And,
I've always said, like, growing up on the reservation, it wasn't if you did drugs, it was, like, when you do drugs. It's
right.
like it's the craziest statement to say ever, but it's, like, true. I mean,
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy how many drugs are out there, even for kids. I mean,
yeah.
in my middle school, we had 3 years of middle school, I bet you we had 6 life flights of ODs.
No way.
Awful, awful, man. I'm telling you,
And
like,
so do you do any or do
so
you drink or anything
the
at this
middle
point in life?
I've never drank. I got drunk one time in my life. I was 12
Okay.
years old. I
No
drank a
way.
I yeah, I drank about 12 ounces of Jose Cuervo, and I spent the night on the toilet. I mean,
Yep,
literally, I thought I was gonna die. I woke up in the morning, thought I was dead, and I said, "Never again.
yeah.
Never again.
Yep,
I've never got drunk again. Not
yep,
once."
yep, yep.
So, 12 years old, I learned my lesson, and that was
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
that. I mean,
yeah.
like, all throughout high school, my dad's been a bar owner my whole life.
Oh,
I
okay,
stopped
yeah.
the cooler. So, like, here I am. I'm
Yep,
the cool kid in the high school because I can steal the beer from my dad's cooler and throw a party
yep,
on Friday night. I don't
yep,
even drink beer.
yep.
I'm throwing
Yeah.
parties and I don't even drink beer.
You're not even
I mean,
drinking, you're just providing the
no,
good
I'm like,
time.
yeah, I'm like the life of the party, and all my buddies are having fun. But I mean, I've always been the driver. That's the nice
Yeah,
part. Like, I've always been able to, you know, wake up in the middle of the night, go pick up whoever and drop them off wherever or
Yeah.
do whatever. So, that role is definitely it was one that was okay for a while, and then about 25 years old, I'm still hauling my buddies around. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you guys gotta, like, settle down and plan your drinking a little bit more because 'cause I'm like the
I'm
taxi
tired of
shuttle
driving you everywhere.
service,
Yeah.
literally, like, the bar closes, I got, like, 15 people to run home. Like, I'm driving
Yeah.
here, driving there, dropping him off, dropping him off. I'm like, "Good God."
They have a name for that, bud. It's called Uber,
Yeah,
Like, you
I
just need
know,
to
the
just
problem
flip
is
hang your
we live in
shingle.
Montana. I didn't even know what Uber was till, like, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we go into Nashville, me, Joe, and Heath for a bachelor party, and, like, they're like, "We gotta call an Uber," and I'm like,
The
"What
hell's
the
an
hell's an
Uber?
Uber? What the hell's an Uber?" Like,
Yeah.
somebody asked me last night, "Can you Venmo me some money?" I'm like, "Oh, Venmo? Come on, dude, I'll give you cash.
Yeah.
Trade you in some horns."
Yeah. You deal in a different currency.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty
Oh, that's
crazy.
awesome. Oh, man,
I
you,
don't know, it's funny, I've literally hid from technology, I've hid from the world, and yet
mhm,
I'm still, like, out of my hunting friends, like Heath, Ty, Joe, I am,
mhm,
like, the advertiser. It's kinda weird because I feel like the really hardcore guys, they
yeah,
hide out. Like,
yeah.
you're not gonna see them on social media,
Well,
you're
that's what I
not going to.
yep, and that's what I
And
was
then
thinking, like, with, like, Joe's
there's
house,
a
you go, "Nobody knows what this guy's up to," and he is
oh, you
prolific.
walk in, you f oh, wait till you see that trophy room he built. He's got
I
a
haven't
trophy
seen it
weight
yet.
room with his new Sorinex equipment. Oh,
Uh-huh.
man. Oh,
Oh,
it's
dude,
looking
I wanna go
good
see
in
it. I
there.
saw it framed up when I was there on the we had that muzzleloader elk contest out there, and they were in the middle of sort of framing up that, they had it framed, they were building it out at the time, but he said it's
Yeah,
just absurd in there.
it turned out alright, we'll say that.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few bulls in there that are okay.
Well, and I know I've said it, but I'll just say it again, like, that's the thing, like, nobody knows those bulls are there, you know what I mean? 'Cause those guys aren't
No
posted them on
clue.
anything social, you know what I mean?
Nope.
And it's just and I just love it because there's these guys out there, chasing the biggest bull in Montana or what and, not to pick on, those guys that are just that's what they're trying to do with themselves, but, uh, I just know damn good and well there's a farmer or rancher sitting there that has a bull in his back shed that you know what I mean? Barely Euro
Oh,
mounted,
yeah.
just hanging off of a stud that would blow our minds, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like, "Where'd you get that thing?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, just in the field out back."
Just
You're
off
like,
the hayfield
"What?
over here. Well,
What?"
absolutely, and that's I mean, not to I mean, that was the hard part, I was out there hunting, it was archery, I had blown out 2 tendons in my ankle, so I'm limping around the hills up there. What's that range called that's just I'm trying to think, is it west?
The Highlands. You
Across
were
the
in
highway
Hell's
from
Canyon,
Joe's up
weren't you?
there.
Yeah, you were in
What's
Hell's
that?
Canyon. You were in the
Yeah.
Highlands.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Hell's Canyon, and so I'm hiking around there, and I couldn't help but, like, just turn around and, like, glass down on the ranch on Joe's place, and I think there was, like, 22 bulls out there on this field, and
Yes,
I'm up here
out in
like,
the pivot.
"Oh, yeah. Yeah," and I'm chasing you know what I mean? There was bulls where I was at too. Um,
And it's crazy to say because everybody sees those from the highway, and I've
yeah,
had full hunting rights to that place for years, and they're
yeah.
like, Can I just go up and shoot one?" And I'm like, It doesn't work like that, trust me."
No.
If
Uh-uh.
you watch those elk in archery season every day, all day, like 60 days straight, you'll have 4 opportunities where they screw up. And I mean, you
Yeah.
have to watch them from sun up to sundown. Those elk are not stupid. They're out on the bench. They know where they can,
Dude, for
where
sure, where they
stuff
can
gets
smell
close
you
to
and
them.
that wind. We tried hunting them because we was that muzzleloader, and we're like, "Oh, let's just go hunt that herd." And we couldn't get in on them. Like, they know where to sit, where that wind will swirl, and it's like you're sitting there and you're moving in, like, "Yeah, we got the wind," and then, like anything in this world, it, like, all of a sudden it switches and it just goes "foomp, shoop," straight at
Gone.
them. You know what I mean? And you're like, "Well,
Yeah. Oh, they know. They
there goes
know.
8
They're good.
hours of sitting here," you know what I mean? Just trying to get in on them yeah, they're tough to hunt.
They
They're
are.
tough, which
It's yeah.
and thank God, right? That's what makes it so much fun is that
It
there's
is.
no
It is
gimmies in there.
truly. That's what I always tell people. It's like, I mean, sure, the killing portion's great and all, but the object of hunting is getting out there and outsmarting the smartest critter in the world or in
Yeah.
the woods.
Yep.
My wife gives me crap about it because she's like, "Oh, you brought home another 6 point. It's just another 6 point. When are you going to be satisfied?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Satisfied? Are you kidding? You know
Yeah.
how many 6 points kicked my butt before I earned this one? I
Yes.
finally got one where I had everything go right, and I
Yep.
had probably, 25 or 30 where I should have got them. Just one little thing went wrong, and I
Yeah.
mean, archery hunting's a tough game.
It's the
It's a
best though.
mental
I think it's
game.
just and you put it it puts the odds in their favor and to the point that it makes it really, really fun. Where
Yes.
I mean, you're gonna more than likely, 9 out of 10 times or, 99 out of 100 times, you're gonna probably fail,
Yes.
And,
You're gonna get in
that's
them.
why you wanna do it.
You can get in them, but you ain't gonna get them killed.
No, no,
I always hate when people say, "Oh, I passed on this," or "I passed on that." It's like, "Did you draw your bow back? Because if you didn't have your bow at full draw, you didn't pass on
you
nothing."
didn't pass on anything. Yeah,
I've been so I mean, I could spit on so many different bulls that I've had right I mean, could spit on them.
yeah,
I didn't have a chance.
yeah,
They're too close.
yeah,
That's
yep,
been the story of
yep,
my life with bow hunting. They're at 80
yep,
yards or they're at 5 yards, and,
yep,
it's like they're too close to move. You can't pull your bow back, can't
yeah.
do a thing.
Yeah,
And
that's
it
this
I
bull
mean
right behind me here. Like, I had trained all I was how it is, you're shooting and you're at 90 yards and you're just drilling the target at 90, feeling good. This bull, I chase him across the drainage, he comes in front of me at 6 yards, and I shot him high at 6 yards, you know what I mean? And I didn't find
Yep.
him. This bull, I lost him. I searched for probably 6 hours, couldn't find him. He'd walked through a big, big marsh and all blood trail was gone. I couldn't tell, where in this marsh. I know where he went in. I saw one log where there was a little bit of blood on the backside of the log. Couldn't find where he came out. I was hunting that same draw the next year, and then one draw over, I was just hiking down. I had chased a bull up in this draw, and I lost him. And it was lunchtime. Sat down and ate. Got up after lunch and started walking down, and ran into this deadhead sitting in the woods, a whole mountainside over. And
Oh, no way.
and I'm like, that looks a lot like my bull. And I bend down to like check it out, and there's a chunk of arrow you can kind of see up behind his head there, and that my arrow pops up out of the ground like this, out of this kind of pile of fur.
Yeah,
You
well,
know what it
no
looks like?
way. That's
Absolutely,
cool.
yeah. It was really cool. So this isn't really a harvested bull, right? It's kind of like everything in life. It's like a little reminder of those failures and how hard this can be. So for
Yep.
me, he's symbolic of like you know this ain't easy. You're gonna probably
Nope,
get your
it's
ass
not
kicked.
if it was the I always tell people if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah, and
It's
so goes
funny,
life,
like,
right?
this world is designed for easy. It's like,
Yeah.
if you want it like, you type into Google "abs," and the 100 things that'll pop up, it'll be easy, 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 easy. It's
Yeah.
never like, how to really get abs. Like, you gotta work, 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 work.
Shut your mouth and get on the treadmill,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah,
that's
it's like,
it is actually
it's like
it's
5
simple,
easy
but it's
ways
not
to
easy.
do it. It's like,
Yep,
no, no, no. It's
yep,
easy with consistency.
yeah,
It's
yep,
just not
yep.
easy to be consistent.
No, that's the hardest part. That really is the hardest part, I would say for, especially for me, like, I'm very ADD, I like trying different things and just, bouncing around, and it's very hard to find that consistent sort of that it's not the drive for consistency, it's just the boredom or whatever it is that comes with, that doing the same thing over and over and over again, but a lot of this requires that, a lot of like, if you're gonna hunt and be successful in the backcountry, you gotta be pretty consistent, just dialed in, right?
You have
There's
to,
not a lot
and
of
you
room.
have to be mentally strong. People don't realize the mental game that's there.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
mental game is, in my opinion, on the mountain, mental is what it's about.
Yes.
Um, Daniel Horner asked me one time what I considered to be physical and what I considered to be mental on the mountain. And I told him I always felt it was 80% mental, 20% physical.
Yeah.
And he was like, "So how much do you work on your mental portion?" And I was like, that's a fair question.
Yeah.
I never do. I never do. I always
Yeah.
work on the physical part. Like, I always go to the gym and I figure, when I get there, I'm gonna be good to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, that but
I think
that's
it's
that's mental as well, right? Just the going to the gym Or
Yeah.
like I always said, like if you start your day off underneath a 500-pound squat, like the rest of the day gets pretty easy because
Yes.
that's trying to kill you. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
you got to stand up from
Literally.
underneath it. You know,
Yes.
and so
I mean,
I always think it is a mental training thing.
I always figured the weight room gives you what you put in, and so does the
Yeah,
mountain. And that's like
yeah,
the two purest things in life, I swear. Like
yep,
I love them both. Like
yeah,
that's my life.
yeah,
I live
yep,
to lift weights and have fun. I mean,
yep,
throw some hunting
yep.
in the middle of it. A little bit of work if I have to.
If you just enough, spray just
Just
enough weed to go back up on
just
the mountain
enough.
again. Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
when I started this hound hunting, I was so broke. Like I was so broke. Save up all summer long, and at the end of the summer, I'd have $5,000. And
Yep,
I'm a 180-pound guy. I don't have
yeah,
I don't have any weight to lose. Like what I have on my body
yeah,
is like there's no fat, you know. It's
yeah,
like I don't have
yeah,
weight to lose. I would lose 15 to 25 pounds in mountain lion season. And it was because I refused to buy food for myself because I had to be able to afford dog food and
yeah,
fuel.
yeah,
And so I literally would like sit at my house and I'd be like, all right, it snowed today. I can afford 3 days of hunting. And like, so
yeah.
I would
Have you ever
work
eaten
seven
dog food
days
in
a
a
week.
pinch? Have you ever looked at that dog food and been like, "I'm gonna share with what they're eating here. I'm
You know,
gonna take a
sadly,
quick
I
bite."
have not. I just don't eat. Like I just won't eat. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah,
and so now it's like I'm getting paid to do, like I've turned it into an actually a lifestyle, and you know it's how I make my living now, and
yeah.
it's so crazy. It's just a dream come true.
So you get
I
to eat a
always
little
tell
bit more now
people
than you used to?
I do. I actually,
Yeah.
yeah, like my snack box is like out of control. It's like a 5-year-old's dream.
Yeah.
I go to
Yep. And
Costco
that
and I just go into the junk section and just, I mean, I
yes.
got Red Bulls, Red Vines, you name it, I've got
Little
it.
Debbie's everywhere coming out
Your
your
little
yeah.
Debbie's, pounds of peanut M&Ms, like you
Yeah.
name it, I've
Tyrell's getting
got
to
it.
run a 100-mile race next weekend,
Couple weekends.
couple weekends from now, and he was over last night. We were kind of working over here in the studio, and he had his little Debbie,
Oatmeal cream pies.
Oh,
yeah,
Those are the
yeah.
go-to right now.
Heck
just
yeah.
stacking those calories,
They're
man.
they're the good fuel for some miles right now.
Dude,
A little pick me up.
100-mile race? You are nuts.
It'll be my
100
first,
miles.
so I can't take that claim yet, but yeah, we're gonna try it.
Oh, man, I'll bet you do it. I'll bet you do it, but I bet your feet don't look good.
It's fun. Yeah, yeah, and even the training right now, the toes are so bad. You should hear my daughter, like the black
So,
toes and toenails are gonna be gone for a
uh,
few months and stuff. But
But
you
you've run
lose
quite a few
feeling
other
in them?
races, right? Just
yeah, just haven't hit the 100 mile yet. And then out of the friend group, our other brother, he's the closest to me, couple below him. Um, he's got a couple buckles. When you get the 100, you get a buckle, a little belt buckle. And
Okay,
then
you
the
earn a
our
last
belt
good
one Joe
friend,
buckle.
got was dog shit though, or was it Joel?
Joel's
It was just
first one, yeah,
this
but it was a
little fucking dinky little, and I'm like, this boy just ran 100 miles.
You better give him a
Can
plate.
see down there, like he's not like just doing flags or barrel racing or tying goats.
Yeah.
I won bigger
What's
belt
that?
buckles for goat tying when I was
yeah,
7, 8
Gymkhana.
years old. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? At a little
Yeah.
$20 gymkhana. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I've
And it's
got, like, 6 or 7 wild cow milking buckles. Me and
yeah,
Joe are, like,
exactly.
the
Yeah.
county fair reigning champs.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And so he got this little dinky one, but yeah, I want to hear more, Tyrell, because that
Yeah.
really ties into this mental training piece. Before I was coming out here, um, I told my wife, I said, "Yeah, Tyrell's getting ready to. He's got to train because you'll go tonight. You're going to go set up camp with the family,
Yep. And just
and you'll run all night, right?"
that's the goal. We'll see. This is the first time I'm gonna put my kids in a tent through the night. So we'll see how they do. But if all goes well, we'll do a little training run, kind of 8 p.m., 8 a.m. And um,
And just not stop.
yeah, the big thing is getting into the actual mountains because here it's hard to chase elevation running. And so putting in 40 to 50 miles a week, that's kind of the goal right now. And so here, a couple weeks out, I just really need to go get some good elevation, get into some real mountains.
Are you going to that trail we've hunted?
Yeah. Just an easy 2.8
It's
straight
not
up,
freaking easy.
2 miles
No,
straight up.
it is straight up. It's
But
2,000 feet of gain in 2.8 miles,
yeah,
man.
I'd have to look up the game, but
I
yeah,
know it is because I've hunted it and
yeah,
I know very clearly. I'm always doing the math, right? I'm like, okay, 2,000 feet, 2 miles. It's like, this is the grade per step, but it's not like that, right? It's flat
yeah,
for a mile and then it's straight up for a mile of
yeah. So,
1.8.
and the overnight. So the goal for the actual race, the 100 miles, will be 30 hours, and
Where's
so
that race at?
it'll be kind of outside of Durango in the San Juans here in Colorado.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, just north of the border there, um, kind of
And
made
New
on the map.
Mexico, Colorado.
Yep,
Yeah.
just north, and it'll be good. It's great country down there. That's where I first started. My first elk archery trip, my first elk trip ever, first big game trip ever was
Yeah.
by myself in the San Juans there.
Okay.
So it's a little full circle going back down there. It's been a few years, 5 years or so. So yeah,
But yeah, and you know what Andrea was saying, my wife, when I was coming out here, she's like, all you boys do such extreme stuff. You know, it's like, you can't just like go, have a normal hobby. And I think it's a little bit, I don't know where, I don't know. These guys started running. We haven't met Jake in person, but I'm not built for running, right? I'm 285 pounds, 6'5", like that's not my thing, right? I'll pick up some heavy stuff if you need, and I'm great on a
Yeah.
pack out, right? I'm your guy, but not my thing. But I think it's in response, like, we've watched our dad, he was a single father of four boys, but wasn't able to take care of himself. And I think for us, looking at longevity and just life in general, just being able to, I think, just keep moving, right? So we can extend the journey of all these fun things. I think you fall in love with, like, what we've fallen in love with is just really just being in the woods, whether it's chasing an animal, or shed hunting like you like to do a lot of, or whatever it is. But like, it's like your spirit, right? And your the mental side of us, we want to be out there, but like, the only vehicle for that is this body, right? And so
Yeah.
just taking care of it and getting us out into it, right?
Yep. Yep. That's definitely yeah, that's definitely, you gotta stay in shape to keep getting out there and getting after it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. I was what like, for you, man, if a kid's coming, let's just pretend it's an East Coast guy coming out, and he's got to train. I'm going to ask you some, like, technical questions, because I think there's a lot of stuff there that I'd like to hear. But top three things for a guy that's coming out from the East Coast, you know what I mean? Or if anybody flatlanding, right, that's going to come to Montana, they want to chase an elk or a mule deer. Like,
Oh
what's
man,
what's that training
it,
regimen look like, dude?
it's very tough because I always tell people, and it's funny, Colorado's the one that actually opened my eyes to it. Because I have a lot of flatlanders, is what we call them, come out here and they want to be guided for a deer and elk in the fall.
Yeah.
And they show up out here and they're like, "Oh, I've been on a treadmill, I've been on my bike, I've been jogging 3 miles a day, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
Everybody's preparing, which they should be.
Yep.
But they get here and they can't hike 100 yards without huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
And so I've always thought, man, this guy's so full of crap. He hasn't been running 3 miles a day. What the heck? He's so
Right.
full of it.
Yeah.
So I pride myself on being in very good shape, like very good shape. And me, Joe, and Heath got some mule deer tags in Colorado.
Yeah.
So we get to Colorado and we're hunting from 10 to 14,000 feet. Well,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I can't hike more than 200 yards without losing my breath. I'm
Yeah.
not tired. I'm not sweaty. I'm not even warmed
Yeah.
up, but I
Yeah.
can't catch my breath.
Yeah.
yeah,
And so
Isn't that
the
like, your
biggest
legs
thing
are
is,
good, but your heart is like, I can't keep up, right? Like, your legs
you
are like, I'm
can't
fine.
train for elevation. It's
Right there, your
like
heart's going.
I've yet to find something where you can train for elevation. I think
Yeah.
that if you're going to try to prepare to get, if you're from the flatland, I think a program like Mountain Tough is probably
Yep.
your best bet as far as trying to get into top-notch
Yeah.
physical shape.
Just something
yeah,
where you can get that heart rate way, way, way elevated and keep it there for extended period of time.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And yeah. And you definitely, another thing is like you said in the shooting game, a lot of times when you come from out east or whatever, you're shooting 100 to 300 yards might be a long shot because you're in
Right.
timber, flat ground. There might be a lot of houses around. Well, when you get out here in the West, a
Yeah.
300-yard shot's kinda
That's pretty
average.
close. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
that's
that's
almost
that's
close, yeah.
that's what I would call a chip shot. So you come out
Yeah.
here with your grandpa's, 30-06 and your 3 by 9, it gets a
Uh-uh.
little bit intimidating, and then on the opposite end of things, you have guys who see the Night Force scopes and the custom rifles, and they go buy one, and they show up and they go, "I can shoot 2,000 yards," and really they can't shoot 100,
Yeah.
because they haven't practiced with the tool. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, their gun's capable of it, but you need to
Yeah.
practice with your tool before you
Yeah.
come out and do it.
I think that's just
Um,
it, getting to where you just really know that rifle or the bow, right? Where you can watch all the videos and all the technique, but I think there's something to be said for just reps, right? And just
yes,
rep after rep
repetition,
after rep.
always, like, I mean, I can shoot
Yeah.
my bow 100 yards all day. I drew a New Mexico tag this year. I've been shooting every morning, every night. I try to shoot at least 6 to 10 arrows,
Yeah.
just for repetition.
Yep.
I always ask for one opportunity. Like when I go out of state on these adventures, I just want one opportunity. And if I can take advantage of it, that's great. And if I can't, I ruin my opportunity. But I always try to shoot for just one opportunity on a trophy is kind of what I shoot for.
Where are you going in New
When I
Mexico, man? Where's that tag?
Unit 13,
Okay. There's
so
13 and there's A and B, right?
just south of Albuquerque. It's like I
Yeah.
think like 30 minutes south of Albuquerque is like the border
Okay.
of the unit. I've never even been
Yeah.
to New Mexico. It's kind of crazy. Like I've never been to like if it wasn't for hunting, I'd never leave
Yeah.
Montana. Like
Yeah.
hunting's led me to Colorado, it leads me to all these other places and
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
I just follow my passion. I've never wanted to travel, but when I do, I want a tag in my pocket and an opportunity to go conquer some foreign land.
Yep. Yep. Will you be out there solo? Or you got somebody going with you?
I've actually got, I think, 2 buddies now going with me. I was going
Yeah.
solo, but it sounds like I got 2 different guys that are wanting to come along and share the adventure. So that'll be
Yeah.
really nice to have them. Extra
It's always hard
eyes
to know,
and
right? Because guys draw tags. You draw a tag, and then you go, I don't know who's going to be with me on this trip. Because if somebody else draws another good tag, you might have said, yeah, I'll join you. We'll go to New Mexico. And then he goes, man, I just drew Utah, big bull tag or something. Like I'm out. I got to
yeah,
go do
you
mine.
could be like my 2 hunting partners, and we're just gonna be up in BC killing caribou and moose
Yeah,
and
and a
grizzly,
bear. Well, they
and
got a moose, caribou, and a bear
I'll
tag.
be down here by myself. God dang them.
Yeah, that's what's funny. Shawnee's. That girl has got a horseshoe up her butt.
Dude,
She's always drawing.
Shawnee's got, I always say, Shawnee's got way more balls than Heath. She
Oh
can
yeah,
look at a 350 bull and go, "Nope,
not doing it.
nope." There's
Yep.
grown men that, like, might say they can do that. No, no.
Yeah.
That woman has freaking ice in her veins, man.
Yes.
She won't even, like, she's like, "Nope." She's got her
No.
mindset at this. She ain't going for this. She's going here. Like, she
Yeah.
is,
And she's a
and it's, I
savage in
mean,
the woods, man. I've hunted with
yeah.
her and it's like, I remember one time we were chasing this herd. There was a nice bull in it. We had drop packs set up, and then they moved off, and so we kind of moved. And Shawnee ran back down the mountain, grabbed 2 grown men's backpacks plus her own, and I see her running back up the trail and it's snow everywhere, and she's got both backpacks on each shoulder. And I'm like, she ain't but 112 pounds, maybe, and she is
Yes.
busting. Like she's
No
a badass,
complaints.
man.
No nothing.
No.
If I killed a bull and needed to help pack out, I'd call Shawnee, not Heath.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, Shawnee's one of a kind, man. I
She
love
is, man.
Shawnee. She's
Yeah.
really, I mean, her and Heath and yeah, their little
Oh, yeah.
family they got going. It's
It's great.
cool. It's funny
It's great.
because I wanted to kill Heath. Now I kill for Heath. I mean, it's
Yep.
totally it's like
Yep. Absolutely.
it's funny how the world works. It's like some people you think you ought to kill them, and it turns out they'd be some of your
One of
best
your favorites.
friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's the coolest thing about this hunting thing, man, is, again, it's so often it's not I think people have us misunderstood if they don't get, you being the black sheep, they don't get it is that you end up with this community, this brotherhood, sisterhood of people that, when you do get that text message, even from people I had one this last year that I don't know them, but I got a buddy go, hey, I got some friends are in a spot. It's not pretty. They're in a nice deep hole. They got a big bull down. And it was funny how almost immediately everybody on the text thread said, "Cool, tell me where to be," you know?
Where am I
And
going?
where am I going? Yeah, drop me a pin, you know? And just how cool this community is. Um, just like this brotherhood. I said it once already, but it's just I don't know, man. It's hard to put a finger on just how special it is, as a man, because not many men. You don't realize this, Jake, but there's a lot of men that don't have those brothers. You know what I mean? That those men they can call when they're in a pinch at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock at night. We all say it, and there's all these Instagram memes about who do you call it, but not very many guys got that. And you've got it in spades because I've met those guys. But we're pretty damn lucky, man. I think hunting is that place, that bold, that kind of that spot where we go to find that in ourselves and kind of grow that. And I think that's really for me, that's what it's all about, right? Like just those people.
You hit several things there that I would like to go into. Like you were just saying, community. A
Yeah.
lot of this hunting community is clicky, if you ask me. I mean, whether
Yeah.
it's you're either in or you out, you might know somebody and you might not. But the fact of the matter is, you don't have to have money, you don't have to have fame, you don't have to have any of that. You have to
Yeah.
have one smart friend, the brains. Heath is the
Yep.
brains. Me and
Always,
Joe,
buddy.
me and Joe are like the muscle. So
Yep.
it doesn't matter. You don't need somebody famous. You just need one guy that knows how to work a computer and knows how to look up, whether it's tags or,
Yeah.
trophy class or whatever it is. You just
Yeah.
team up with a small team. They don't have to be your brother. They don't have to be your cousin. They can be from a totally different state.
Yeah.
And you can start hunting all these states, public land, out of your pocket with a normal day job. You got to make your priorities a little bit different. I've done
Yes.
this because I grew up broke, and I'm not broke anymore. But I did all this. I mean, I hunted public land. I've got some beautiful public land still has trophies on it. They
Oh,
does they do. You
yeah.
got to
I
get
can
out there.
point to
You
a
got to
couple I know that I'm still chasing, I'm like,
you
they're
got
in
to
there.
get out there and you got to put yourself out there to be successful, and you can't be scared of it. There's people
There's a
out there that
buy-in
want
though, Jake,
to go
right?
to New
Like,
Mexico. Like, I
yeah,
mean, there's just people there that would love to go with you. You just gotta ask that question and go with it. I
yeah.
mean, it's like
What's the
anything
buy-in
in
to that
life.
brotherhood though, man? Like you've got it. But as you were saying that, you just gotta find 3 guys. You gotta find, this guy, this but you don't find those guys if you haven't earned that, right? And I'm
Yep,
not trying to act like, big tough guy or anything, but there's a buy-in to that brotherhood, right?
there
I think you
is.
have to start
Th-
out by living it. And so like what in your mind, what is that? Is it that every other day lifting with Joe that earns you that, okay, he's my guy? You know what I mean? I can count on him. Like what's the buy-in to do it? Because I think guys go, well, I want that. I want what Jake's got. I want what we got with our boys. Like I got my dudes, you know what I mean? And
yep,
I can take over the world with my top 6 guys in my phone. I
yep,
100%. I'll put them up against anybody. You know what I mean? And
yep.
it's like,
My
but you
so my
don't get
dad
those
always
guys.
said this: you have your true friends. You can count on one hand or less. That's your
Yep.
true friends.
Yep.
There's only 5 fingers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
99% of the world has 5 true friends or less. And that's
Yep.
including brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
That's somebody that would
Yeah.
hide a body for you. Like that
Yeah.
doesn't matter. No questions
Yep.
asked. Yes, sir.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I don't know. I've just been so lucky to. I bet you I've got 30 of those friends. I mean, I've just be true to
But it ain't luck
yourself.
because you've earned that, right? And so I think that's something I think for guys that are listening, go, I wish I had that. It's like, well, you got to go be it first, right?
Do what you say you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Be who you are, no matter what anybody thinks of you. I
Yeah.
used to be called the crazy guy that runs around the mountains all hours of the night. Now I'm
Yeah.
called the mountain man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like people think like my best friends growing up. They go lion hunting with me. I'll say, "Hey, come down for 5 days." On day 3, they're driving home, and they think
They're
that I
tapped
am
out.
mentally. They think that I'm mentally unstable. because I've
You
already
might
caught him
be.
7 lions, and we've hiked 10 miles, and I'm going, "Let's go. We gotta go to the next one." And they're like, "Dude, I'm done. Why are you chasing these things?
Yeah.
Like, why?" And I'm like, "I
And do
just
you
love
just
it."
tree 'em? I mean, for the most part, Jake, you just go tree 'em and say, "Cool, good to meet you,"
Tree him and
and
take
move
a
on to the next
picture,
one? Yeah.
literally. So I do own an outfitting business, so I do, about 7 to 10 mountain lion hunts a year.
Yeah.
Um, but I catch way like, I don't even kill 10% of my lions that I catch,
Yeah.
like, not even close to that.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky with the local access I have. I got a lot of private land hunting to where I can get into a lot of these cats stay on that lower private elevation, so I'm
Yeah.
very fortunate to be able to have all that private. But I mean, literally, I just do it to take pictures and follow my dogs
Yeah.
around. I mean, I've never found anything that's passionate as a hound dog. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing like it. There's
Yeah.
nothing like it.
Dude,
Yep.
it's cool, man. It's getting to watch your videos and I can see that, and it's just I gotta imagine the relationship with those dogs is a different one too that a guy like me doesn't really even get, right? I got a little Australian Shepherd, but she's a city I mean, she's out in the country, but she's a city dog, you know what I mean? She's she
I've
gets
had those
groomed and
dogs
things
save
and
my lives. Like, they've
yeah.
literally saved my life multiple times, like, multiple times. I always
How many
tell
dogs do you
people
run?
I have 9, and 1 to 9. I mean, literally, like, sometimes I'll turn 1 dog loose, sometimes I turn all 9 dogs loose.
Yeah. Yeah.
1 dog will catch a cat, 1 dog will catch any cat. It will. It's just nice to
Yeah.
have backup for them. You don't want a dog to get in there by itself and end up getting into a fight with a mountain lion. Mountain lion's
Yeah.
always gonna win, no
Yeah.
matter what. He needs to be
Yeah.
outnumbered or he's gonna win.
He's gonna win. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. For those poor
Yes.
kids, you said something about being a poor kid, and me and Tyro, we get that. I mean, no doubt we get that being that poor kid. When
I
you
think
get
it
in,
makes you
I think,
hungrier.
yeah. Oh,
It
for
does.
sure.
It makes you hungrier, dude. I always hear people like, "I just wanna make a $500,000 in a year." And I'm like, $500,000? That's like 5 years for me. Like,
Yeah.
like, and I always tell my
Yeah.
dad, he's like, "I wish I coulda left you land. I wish I could." I'm like,
Mhm.
"You'll never meet a happier man than me." How many men do
Yeah.
you know go to work and they live their dream? Like, I
Yeah.
gotta go chase mountain lions. Granted, weed spraying's not my dream, but it's like, it
Yeah.
gets me outdoors every day.
Yeah.
It's my dream. I mean, I'm living the
Yeah.
dream. You won't find much happier man than me. I mean, I money can't buy what I've got. It
Yeah.
really can't.
Yeah.
Anybody
Absolutely,
with
man.
money wants what I have. I learned
Yeah.
that from a very wealthy guy. I asked him, I said, how do I get better? Like, how do I make more? And he said, "Don't go chasing money, Jake. You have exactly what everybody with money wants." He's
Yep.
like, "You have it
Yeah.
right
You
here.
got it. There's
You
guys that pay
got
you a
it."
lot of money to go experience what you got for 5 days, right?
Literally. And I mean, yeah, it's like the outfitting's just, it's turned into, it's been unreal. I'm
Yeah.
booked out for years. I mean, years.
Yeah.
People are trying to get a hold of me. I'm like, I don't even know what to tell you because I mean, I'm booked out.
Yeah.
Just, it's crazy the demand for it.
That's awesome. That poor kid that wants to go get into it, bud. Like, let's say, because gear is a big piece, right? You see the guys wearing and you wear them, and I got them too. When you got the Sitka pants that are $250 and the jackets that are 500, and for most kids, they don't have that kind of money to scratch together. Like,
No, they
what's
did
if a
not.
kid's gonna himself, man? What's he do? Like, he wants to go hunting, right? And you go, okay, you go buy these 5 things. What would that be? I'm springing this on you, but
I'm
like, okay, you got to go buy
You
5 things
don't
to get out in the woods
you
for the
don't
year.
have to buy 5 things. You, as that poor kid, can go up to any grown rancher or hunter, tell
Yep.
him your story, and I'll guarantee you, if somebody came up to me and told me they were so broke that they could I'd give them a rifle. I would. That's just I grew up poor, I
Yep.
understand it. Good things
Yep.
happen to good people at random. I shit you not, I'd give away a gun. I would not have a problem to
Yep.
get somebody started out. That's just
Yep.
not even, I mean, it's like I'm building a house. I'm not a carpenter. I just call
Yeah.
carpenters and ask them what to do. They
Yep.
I mean, other hunters will help you. They
Yeah.
now, if you
Yeah.
call them up and say, "Hey, where'd you kill that 6 point last year?" They
No.
ain't helping you. But if you
No.
call them up and say, "Hey, I wanna get into hunting, where do I
Yeah.
go?" They're always gonna point you in the right direction. I
Yep.
mean, they'll
Yeah.
point you to the woods, and the more you
Yeah.
go to the woods, the more knowledge you're gonna gain, the more experience, and the next thing you know, you're gonna be more successful. Um,
Yeah.
I would say for a point, you just gotta get out there and do it. You don't need Sitka pants, you don't need Kuiu. You can use
No.
a pair of old blue jeans with holes in them, a white wife beater, it doesn't matter. Muck boots, I don't care. If you
Yeah.
wanna do it, do it. Like, don't
Yeah.
let anybody pump the brakes on you. Don't let anybody think that you need all this fancy gear to do it. It helps, but it's not. I mean, the Indians had a bow and a string, and they were
Yeah.
very successful. You can be too. Just
Yeah.
don't take no for an answer. That's I mean, literally the best thing I can say is don't fear no one and don't take no one for no for an answer. I mean, period, the end. When it comes to the
I love
mountain,
it.
you're only competing against one person, and that's yourself.
Yeah.
Period, the end. I mean, I always say that the mountain doesn't really care your age, your sex, your race, how tough you think you are. The mountain treats
Yeah.
everybody equal.
Yeah. And it'll always win, right? Like you're not gonna
It'll
beat it.
always humble you. It'll
Yeah.
always humble you.
Yeah.
Always humble you. And the
Yeah.
second you think you know better than the mountain, it'll swallow your ass.
Yeah.
Like, it will
100%.
swallow you. I mean, whether it's a big old fog storm that comes over the ridge, and next thing you know, you can't see your hand in front of your face, and you don't know uphill from downhill. Um, I don't there's just yeah. And the other thing is always leave the mountain better than you found it. I mean, period, the end. You see a
Yeah.
piece of trash, whatever, pick it up.
Pick it up.
I mean, we've all
Yep.
littered on accident,
Yep.
whether, you went
Yep.
to put a granola bar wrapper in your pocket, whatever. You see beer cans on this, pick them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's just
You know,
it's just common sense, man. We want to leave this for our
absolutely.
future generations, and our public land's not for sale. Period.
No.
The
No.
second you sell
Nope.
that shit, you ain't never getting it back. And I can tell you
No.
right
Nope.
now, the poor
Yeah.
people ain't getting it. It ain't
Yeah.
affordable. Ain't nothing about it. Whoever's got money is gonna buy it.
Yep.
Period. The end. I
Yep.
I I hope that people don't believe that shit because
No,
it's like
absolutely. And
once
so
it's gone forever.
yes. And so that young kid, I love it, man, because I think that so many people, when you look, social media is, I mean, it it's everything, right? This is what these kids do. They go, they look, or even grown men, they look, and if I don't have this piece of gear, I don't have that piece of gear, I can't get out there. I won't be effective. And I think that's it trips everybody up, right? Like you said, it
It,
keeps them from thinking they can go out and do it. And I feel the same way. And I think it's funny you brought that up because I've always said, if you really, really want to get out there, you go to any guy or gal that is hunted and you say, I can't afford it, but there's nothing I want more in this world than to go chase a mule deer. And I had this happen with a kid, right? And he didn't have any money. He was a high school kid working for us. And it's like I couldn't go to my garage fast enough and go, hey, kid, I got enough stuff sitting here I haven't used in 10 years that I'll get you outfitted. It might not fit, get you a nice belt, and you're going to be okay. But
yep.
there's nothing better than giving that. And then the best thing in the world is getting a picture of that old Everly stock backpack with a mule deer on it that I hadn't used in 10 years. And this kid goes, it was hell, it was pure
Yep.
hell for 2 days, but I got myself a deer, you know?
So when I moved to Twin Bridges, I was just mainly a deer hunter. I mean, I
Hmm.
tried to kill elk, but I'd only seen elk in the woods, a handful of times when I had a
Yeah.
tag in my pocket. And so when I got here, I was in blue jeans, white t-shirt, whatever. Joe Sanders
Yeah.
gave me a pair of Carhartt bibs.
Perfect. Yep.
Carhartt
Perfect.
bibs is what I hunted elk in for the next 3 years. I hiked from the bottom of Hell's Canyon to the top of that ridge over 100 times in a pair of
Uh-huh.
stiff ass Carhartt bibs. And I mean, I loved them. I got hot. I just take them off. If you get cold, I put them back
Yep.
on. They
Yep.
worked.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
it
Yeah.
Yep.
worked. Then I
Yep. Now
graduated
you'd
to
be
a
one of the
pair of
cool kids. Carhartts too, bud. Those are cool now.
yeah, then I graduated to a pair of Woolies. It was
Yeah.
like I had the Woolies for like 3 or 4 years, and then the Sitka guys started leasing the hunting on the ranch, and that's when they gave
Yeah.
Joe and Ty a bunch of hunting gear. And Joe and Ty were, trying to get me into it, and I was like, "Dude, I can't afford a $200. That's my paycheck. That's
Nope.
like 2 weeks worth of work,
Yeah.
literally." And it
Yep.
was. I mean,
Yep.
so I'm like, I can't afford that shit. And so the
Yep.
next year, they ended up getting a bunch more gear, and Joe ended up giving me some Sitka, and that's literally all my Sitka gear I
Yeah.
got given to me
Yep.
when I started out.
Yep.
It was like, here's a piece, here's a piece, here's a piece,
Yeah.
and now I've got,
And the one positive with that stuff, and it's extremely expensive, agreed. If you end up where you can buy it, I'm a cheap bastard. I mean, I've got the same pair of pants I've worn. They're falling apart. Like half the stitches have come out. I've sewn them back up. I've patched them, and they're good. And I'm not going to buy another pair until they're, you know what I mean, until they're plumb wore through. Because I mean, they hold up, and so that's the only thing. I mean, not the only thing, but with that, you don't have to buy a bunch of it. Buy one
yeah,
good piece if you're going to spend it. You know what I mean? And as a young guy, add to that every year. You know what I mean? Go to the discount rack at whatever store, get that one piece, and then you know what I mean. In the meantime, you go to the thrift store and buy whatever it does, as long as it doesn't say cotton on it. That's what I tell guys. I'm like, just go buy something and just make sure it doesn't say cotton on it if you're going to be in the
yep,
backcountry for very long.
yep. You
Trying to
just
avoid that if you can.
you literally just got to just slowly piece it together, and
Yeah,
I mean, it's nice to have. It's luxury, is what it is. It's
it
nice
is.
to have, but
Yeah,
it's not essential. It's not have to. It's just
no.
nice to have. I mean, it really is. Um, when you invest in that stuff, stay away from barbed wire. I always tell people you'll get your money's
Yep.
worth out of Sitka gear if you stay away from barbed wire. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you
That's the
have
only
to
thing.
do. If you
Yep.
stay away
Yeah.
from it, you will get your $300 out of that pair of pants.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get a
Yeah.
pair of Sinead's boots, you are going to get all $450 worth. I can
Yes.
put 6 seasons on a pair of Sinead's boots, and if I can put 6 seasons on them, that's your
Yeah.
lifetime. Because I'm in the woods
Yeah.
200 days a year, and I'm like getting after it. Like, there's not many
Yeah.
guys that go out there and just go, 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 day
No,
in, day
there aren't.
out, rain, snow, shine.
Yep.
The worse the weather gets, the more I thrive. I mean, I've
Yeah.
always been that way. It's like, it's weird. The colder it is, the better. The more lonely the mountain is, and the better I feel. It's like,
Really.
I don't know. It's really
And you spend a
weird.
lot of time out there alone, and I find that's where the mental game really comes in when you're all alone. Like
See,
that's
I
for
feel
me
the
where it's
happiest when I'm never alone because I always have my dogs.
yeah.
Like my dogs are, I like my dogs more than I like most people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy. You're out there, you're just letting the hound do what it's born and bred to do. It's like
Yeah.
one of the most amazing things you can ever witness. Like the dogs are just, it's unreal the drive they have.
Yeah. I had texted you a question. I was like kind of prepping you because I was like, this morning I was getting ready and I was like, I'd like to hear from Jake. Like, and I told you, like, if the mountain had a rule book, right? If kids said, I'm going to the mountains, you go, here's the rule book, right? What would the top three rules for the mountain be from you, bud? And we already kind of touched on them. I think we're going to just kind of be circling back a little bit. But what's those top three rules? You're going to go in the woods and
I
you're going to
mean,
stay for a month or a week or whatever. What's
I
the top three
I
rules?
really I really would say that I touched on all three of them. My
I know
number
you did.
one rule to the mountains is always leave the mountain better than you found it. I mean, that's
Yep.
one thing about it. The mountains are wild. We need to keep them wild. Like, I mean, I was born
Yeah.
36 years ago, and I hope that my son that was born last spring, I hope in
Yep.
36 years he gets to see what I got to see.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
if we don't fight to save that, it's like it'll be gone. It'll be gone so
Yep.
fast, and it'll
Yep.
never
And
come
we're in the
back.
middle of that. I don't know. Maybe it's always been that way, but it feels like that fight has been more real this year. It's like they're coming at us every other week. There's something new coming, or they're trying to take away public land.
They
I don't
are,
I
and
don't know where this is coming from. It's crazy.
I grew up in a ranching community in small towns, and I always tell people it's like it's crazy to me, like because I'm in a fishing town also, so everybody's mad at the rancher for taking the water and making the river low so that the trout don't thrive.
Right.
And I also see a ranch get sold, get subdivided, and then I see 30 houses pop up.
Right. and
So
take a lot more water than the ranch was taking.
the problem we're having is all these ranches are disappearing and they're being developed and turning into pavement. I don't know anybody out there that buys developments and turns them into ranches.
No, no,
Eventually, we're gonna be out of I mean, all these or private ranches that everybody complains about, eventually they're gonna be split up. We need this public land. Like, it's the
yep,
only thing this world has. So I
yep,
hope like
yep,
hell everybody fights for it.
yep.
But that was a different subject. Um,
Rule number 2. Rule
rule
number
number
1 is
2,
protect it, right?
protect it, man. Always protect it. Rule number 2 is respect it. I mean, you gotta
Yeah,
respect the mountain. The mountain will not respect you. It'll eat you. We're in the I don't care how much gear you have, it'll kill you. I mean, it
yeah.
really will. The mountains are wild. They don't have a go home easy button. It's like
No.
you gotta be
Yep,
prepared for it. When you put
yeah,
yourself out there, you better be prepared for it because no one's
yep,
coming to get you.
yep. And what's that look like,
Um,
man? I mean, you can do all the fitness, you can do all the research, you can know where you're at, you can know how you're getting in, how you're getting out, but, like, there's all those things that jump up and get you that you don't know are gonna happen, right? So,
yeah,
like,
you slip,
preparedness
you
for
fall,
that,
you
like
bust your knee open, and
yep,
next thing you know, you can't walk. I mean, I've
yeah,
had lots of situations where you're driving down the mountain and my truck slides off the mountain, and next thing you know, I'm walking 12 miles out of the mountains.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
you just if you go to the mountains, be prepared.
yeah,
Bring gear to stay. Yeah,
yeah,
your intention's to come home, but you better be able to survive. So you wanna
right,
make sure that you have enough to at least survive. And it doesn't
yeah.
take a lot to survive. Like, people
What
wanna
what's it
be
take to survive, man? Touch on that real quick, like, it's like, what's the I mean, not to get too technical, but you got a little backpack, what's in it? What gets
literally,
you out of
to
that mountain?
survive, you need food, water, and a lighter, a way to keep warm. And
Yeah,
honestly, out of all 3 of them, you need a lighter.
yeah,
Like, if
yeah,
if you can keep yourself warm for 5 days, you can go without food and water. You will not
yeah,
die. You might think you're gonna die, but
yeah,
it'll actually, it'll just show you what your body's capable of.
right,
Um, you're not gonna die, but
right,
if you stay there and stay put, someone will probably eventually come find you.
yeah, yep, so a lighter, that's what we've got in
Yeah.
our
A
back
lighter
pocket.
is number 1. You wanna make sure with a lighter, you can get yourself warm, you can
Yep,
cook food, you can boil water. I
yep,
mean, a lighter is number 1 on the mountain, in my
yep, yeah,
opinion. Like, you always wanna have some way to stay warm because the mountain's usually not warm.
no, yeah, absolutely. Alright, rule number 3, bud. Rule number 3, protect it, respect it. I like where we're going here, man. I like where we're going here.
I would say, oh, man, 3rd rule of thumb with the mountain would be shit, I don't know, I lost it at 2.
There might only need to be 2, right? Those are 2 pretty all-encompassing, rules.
I mean, those are that kinda covers, I feel like, about everything. I mean,
Yeah.
you can expect whatever you wanna expect, but it's never gonna give you what you expect.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
unless
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it's just
But that's what you're
it's
there for, right? You're there for that uncertainty that is that experience, right? Because there is a lot of certainty, right? We know where our food is coming from. We know where our water's coming from here. We pretty well know just about everything's gonna happen to us in a day, and I think that's for me, that's the thing that I tend to find myself looking for up there is like, I don't know, right? I don't know where I'm gonna get my food from always. I mean, I do because 'cause we're
yeah,
packing it in, right? But
yeah.
it's fun to have to go, I gotta make sure I find water, and it simplifies it really boils life down to, like, food, water, shelter. Stay
The
warm.
mountain will definitely show you exactly what you need to survive
Yep.
and what you don't need at all. I mean, you can do without all the stuff in the world when you get on the mountain. That lighter's what's gonna save you.
That lighter will save your ass, right? Yeah.
Literally, that lighter's gonna save you.
Yeah. Or get really good with a shoestring and a bow, you know, starting a fire out
Yeah,
of nothing, right? A couple sticks, rub them
I've
together fast
I've
enough,
done
and
that a couple times, and it takes a lot of work. It
It
takes a
does.
lot
It's
more
really
work than
hard.
you think it is. It's an
Yeah.
art. I mean, if you practice it, yeah, you're gonna be able to go out there and do it. But I tell you what, if you gotta take your shoelace off and you actually gotta start one without being prepared for it,
Yeah.
prepare to sweat because I've tried it a
Yep.
lot of times and it's tough.
It's hard. Yeah. Yeah.
Like a lot of
Yeah, it's
times what I
super
do
hard.
is I'd cheat and take apart a bullet. And as I'm doing that little bow, I'll sprinkle gunpowder inside that, where it's connecting to the rod, and it'll spark it up more, and it
Oh,
kind
I'm
of
sure. And then you get away with
does.
it there a little bit, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can, it just helps a little bit. So
Or
if
back
if
to the
all
other
else
rule, just
fails,
carry a damn lighter with you everywhere you go, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe
definitely.
two.
And
Maybe 2,
don't
yeah.
care. Yeah, I was gonna say that's 100% what I was just about to say. Never carry one lighter, always two.
Yeah. Yep.
Always 2 because
Yep.
I don't know how many times that I throw something in my bag and it pushes down that little freaking safety, and all the gas comes out your
Yep.
backpack. You don't know it. It's a brand
Yep.
new lighter
Yeah.
that you've had in there for 5 years, but the second you go to
Yeah.
use it, it's been out of butane for years.
Yep, for a couple of
So,
years. Yep.
2 lighters in 2 different
Maybe
spots is
3.
what I always do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I always pack 2 just for that reason because I've had them,
Yeah.
brand new lighter. I go to pull it out and it's empty.
Yeah.
But
There's a lot of that stuff. I love, like, 2 headlamps. A lot of times I'll actually have 3 if I've got a, camp, right? It's like multiple ways to have light, multiple ways to start a fire, right? And a couple different ways to
yes.
clean my water. But worst case, you don't gotta clean the water. You're just not gonna feel good for a couple months afterward,
Yeah.
but it's, clean water and fire, right, is kinda my go-tos.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really that's the basics for survival. I mean, water, and you can go without food for so long it ain't even funny. Your
Yep.
body is so capable.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. What's the next adventure, bud? What are you gonna do? Like, you're on Mountain Man. You're doing that. Have you kinda looked forward and gone like, "Hey, does this lead you to something else?" Um,
A lot of people ask me that, and to be
yeah,
honest, I'm just going with the flow. I mean, when the
right,
TV thing, like I always tell people, it's here now. It won't be here forever.
right.
Um, I was a wild mountain man long before the TV show, and I'll be one long after the TV show.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, truly, I just go with the flow. That's what I've done my whole life.
Dude,
Feed
I
my
watched the show a
dogs,
little bit and,
keep them
like,
in shape, and
yeah,
here's what it is.
I feel like the camera guy that gets to get stuck with you kinda draws the short end of the stick, though. I watched a couple of the episodes of you and some of the other guys, and I'm like, these other guys are, like, out chopping wood and kinda walking through the woods and kinda checking things out, and you're running, and I'm watching it going, I don't think people always realize, like, you're running, but there's a guy with a camera that's gotta be doing the same exact thing as you are trying to keep up, and I'm like, I'm sure
Yes.
whenever they get there, the like, pre-production, they're going, "Who's gonna follow Jake around this year again?" You know what I mean? And he's like,
They
I've been running. I've been doing my
they
thing."
they send me pretty much the same guys, and they do their training, and they get all dialed in before they show up.
Yeah.
So
Do
that
they
part
ever
of it's
kinda
pretty
wave the
nice.
white flag like, "Jake, you gotta stop for 5 minutes. I'm
Oh, no, you
dying
know
here."
what they do is they go, this is their favorite. Hike up to there real quick. So I hike up there and I get up there and I turn around and they go, all right, come back down, do it again. So then I gotta
Yeah,
hike
just
up
to wear
this
you out a
steep,
Get a
little bit.
second shot.
literally I gotta do it 3 times. And then they're like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, yeah, you caught your breath, you little peckers.
Yeah, they're, like, not even filming, they're pretending, they're
they
saving battery, so,
they
like, he's
love
not really not gonna
they love when I kill an elk because then I throw a half an elk on my back and then they get to follow me around. And it's like the one time they can, keep up with me.
they
And
can
they're
keep
like, oh,
up.
I like this half an elk deal. And I'm like, I bet you do.
I
I
bet you
bet
do,
you
yeah,
do.
yeah,
Like, now
yeah.
hike up that again. And I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Not doing it.
When you
Not
first
doing it.
started with the TV, what that change for your hunting and your when you're out there? Did you have to get used to that? Big
Man, you want to talk
big
about it?
shock.
It changed it. There's people out here looking for me. There's
Yeah.
literally I am guiding people right here in the Tobacco Root Mountains on private property, and, it's intertwined with public. We'll
Yep.
be driving down the road, and there's a truck that goes sideways across the road, locks up his brakes, they jump out, and they're like, "I've been looking for you." And I'm like, "Oh god." And my client is
Oh,
just rolling. They think it's so funny. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, yep, I'm here." So it's definitely changed that, and it's weird. For the first, like, 4 years of the show, I never got recognized. Nobody knew who I was, like, but now I'd say over the last 5 years, no matter where I go, people are like, "Hey, it's you." I mean, I'll be glassing on the side of the road in Colorado, and someone will pull up on me, and they're like, "You're the mountain man." I'm like, "Oh god. Okay, yep, yep, I'm the mountain man." So it took a lot of years to kind of be recognized, but now that it's changed it a little bit because I do gotta hide out a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. When in the actual hunt and having them film it and follow, did you ever feel like you were losing, like, oh, I lost a little bit of what I love trying to tailor towards this, or were you able to always keep it how you wanted it and follow me
No,
and you'll get what you get?
that's kinda how I've treated it, is follow me and get what you get. The dogs aren't actors. You can't train an
Y-
animal to act,
Yep.
period, the end. You can have a human do whatever they want, but the dogs will never repeat something. Um, so that's one thing that I love about it is it's like with the hounds, it's wild, it's natural. There's not a lot of production into it because they can't control my dogs. You know, you can't tell the dog to do this or do that. They don't do it. They do what they're born and bred to do, and that's all they do. So
Yeah.
with being the hound portion of it, it's awesome because it's just like follow me and you get what you get. And that's, it's I've always tried to keep it as real could be because I never want to portray something on how it's not. I don't that's just not who I am. I don't know. I've always liked, to be true to myself and true to my animals and true to the sport of, chasing dogs. Um, so I've always tried to keep it as real and as true as could be.
I
how did
think
it? No, you're good.
I was just gonna say, I think that's probably where the success comes from, right? And 8 years later, looking back, like, yeah, I did it right, doing it my way, being true to
And
myself and stuff.
literally, yeah, and I never have to backtrack. That's the one thing about it is it's like I've stayed true to myself, so I don't have to tell this story and then go back and tell this story differently. It's just that's not,
Yep.
yeah, it's not what I'm about. I just,
Yeah,
I'll make TV while it's there, and when it's not, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll be
yeah,
Yep.
running on Christmas Day the rest of my life. Like, there's not many people that are. I don't know. I just don't. It's
yeah.
lion season, so we're going hunting. That's the way it
Has
is.
it changed anything having a baby at home now? I mean, I know it has, but I mean,
It
with your own
definitely
self
has,
and
and
some
that's
of
a
the
great
risks that you
question.
probably take.
But, it's funny because that portion of it, it's just started to hit me. My kid's only 4 months old. He was born at the end of mountain lion season last year. At 10 days old was the last day of lion season. My wife let me go out, so we loaded up our 10-day-old baby and her, and we drove around, and I actually found a bobcat track, turned loose, and I caught it 80 yards off the road. So I was like, I hop out of the truck and I
A
go
little
grab the
gift.
car seat, and I'm like all just pumped up. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm taking the kid to the tree. The tree's right there." And she's like,
Yeah.
"No, you're not." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And she's like, There's 9 dogs at that tree. It's loud from here, Jake. You're not carrying your kid up there." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a good thing you came here. You're right." Like, I mean,
Yeah.
9 dogs are just going eight. I'm so fired
Yep.
up. I'm like, I got my kid to
Yep.
his first tree.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. Um, up till like 3 years ago, I was fearless. Like when it come to a
Yep.
mountain lion, they were. I mean, I've never feared them. I've always just been
Yeah.
their mountain lions. I respect them, but I never feared them.
Yeah.
Over the last 3 years, I've seen some wild stuff, and I tell anybody that goes with me that the mountain lion is definitely the top predator, and he will kill you. He will
Yeah.
kill you and chew on you because I've seen him chew on humans before. So now I
Yeah.
warn people, it's like, be prepared. Like this cat can come out of the tree and jump on top of you. Like this is the
Yeah.
real deal. I've seen it happen a couple times now, and because of those experiences, I definitely take more precautions and I'm more aware of it, I guess I would say.
Right, and then
It'll
having
be
that kid at
interesting
home,
to
and now you're
see
providing for that family, I mean, it's gonna
now.
change it for you, I'm sure.
It's it's going to be interesting when I throw him on my back this year and I go hiking up to a mountain lion tree. Um, it's totally different because the cat comes out of the tree and jumps on me. He's also jumping on him. So it's like
Yeah,
it's gonna be I mean, I've put thought into it. It's definitely in my mind. Like my
yeah,
pistol will be full of ammo and ready to go. Like
yeah,
I never want to kill another mountain lion in my life, but I will in a second. I have no problem. I carry a
yeah,
tag every year. I have no intention on filling it. It's only to protect my dogs and protect humans.
yeah,
And I have no intentions of killing them. I could kill one every year. I mean, it's just not killing them for me is not what it's about. It's about, working the dogs and just being in the outdoors and enjoying it.
yeah,
I'd
absolutely,
say
bud, and I
killing's
think that
probably about
perspective, it's
2% of it.
yeah, yep, yep, yep. No, man, it'll be fun to see kinda how that changes for you, just having that perspective, having that kid at home, and, it's definitely a shift, right? It's not about you anymore, life
That's
is really
that's
about what you provide for that kid, you know?
it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see it because I've evolved over the years. Like my first year of TV, if I watch that first year, it's like, oh my God, I was so horrible. So horrible.
I'm sure me
And
and
now
Tyrell are
it's
gonna
just
look
like,
back at this podcast and go, "God, those are horrible," you know? I'm
yeah,
sitting
and
here
it's
looking
the
like a
same thing.
dumbass.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
same thing. I mean, after a while, you'll get in tune to it, and it'll be like
yeah,
it's the second nature to you. Like the camera
yeah,
crew, sometimes I fake them out. I mean, we'll go to a tree and there's blood all over, and I'll go running in there just like losing my shit, and I'm like, "We gotta get to the vet," and I grab a dog and I take off running, and I make it
yeah,
about 40 yards, and I stop and I turn around, and they're both got eyes like this, and they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
yeah,
And they're like, "We're going to the vet," and I'm like, "Oh no, go back to the tree, dude. We're good. He's got a little nick on his ear." Like,
yeah,
like, they literally like a dog's ear bleeds so much. Like when you get to the tree and they
really.
have a nick on their ear, there's blood. Like it looks like a murder scene. I mean,
Yep,
there'll
Yeah.
be
yep,
blood for 10 feet. It's squirt.
They're
It's
just
yeah,
literally
throwing
a
it.
little tiny nick on their ear.
and so you're just used to
But
those guys being your shadow, and it's
yeah,
natural
they're
now,
there,
there's
and
no difference having them on there.
I know what TV. I know what people want to see.
Yeah,
So
yep,
it's like that. Oh my God, we just came around the corner. We're in white, beautiful snow. We come around and it's blood red. And it's like,
yeah,
oh, so it's like you gotta
Yeah.
add
yep,
that.
yeah,
It
yep,
just
yep.
it is what it is.
Is it a
So
trip having people be
I've
fans of you, man? Like, little kids coming up and they look
okay,
at
so
you.
the
What's
little
that feel
kids,
like, that pressure?
dude, the little kids are so awesome. What an honor.
Oh, I gotta
Like
imagine.
dude, how freaking cool is it for little kids? Now, a grown ass man that's 55 to 60 years old that comes running up on me that's like, and you're like, whoa, this just got
Yeah,
very awkward
yeah,
because
Yeah.
we're two
yeah,
grown ass men. And like, I'm just
yeah,
a normal dude. I'm literally just a
yeah,
normal. Like, I will talk to anybody. I'm on social media. I have responded to every comment that's ever been messaged to me. They got a question, I answer it. It might take me a week, might take me a month, might take me six
yeah,
seconds. I answer it.
yeah,
I answer all
yeah,
questions. I'm not cool unless other people think I'm cool. I'm not
yeah,
popular unless people are watching the show. I
yeah,
I love what I do, and like if you guys think I'm cool for doing it, I will take the time gladly. I'll come to your kid's
yeah,
school. I mean, I
yeah,
that's just who I am. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I just
yeah.
that's
Heath told
this
me you had a kid come out and hunt with you a little bit or spend some time that kinda wrote you a letter, and I think we were
I had
talking
a
last year, he's like yeah,
I've had some pretty cool ones. Like I had a kid on Snapchat. Snapchat. You can literally just get in Snapchat and type in Jake Herak. You can type
yeah,
in Cameron Haynes. And
yeah,
if he's on there, he's gonna pop up. And then you can just hit
mhm,
add friend. Some random kid added me, so I accepted it. And then he snaps me a picture of him and his dog watching Mountain Men on TV. and he's like, "Man, this is my favorite show." Blah blah blah. And at the time, I think he was 14 years old,
Yeah.
and he was like, "It's just my dream to, I love what you're doing." And I said, "Hey, one day, why don't you ask your mom or your dad to bring you out here, and we'll chase a mountain lion?" And the year he graduated, he came out with his mother, and we ended up catching him, I think, 4 or 5 mountain lions, and they had an absolute blast with us. I can't tell you
Oh
how many
yeah.
people are like, "Can I go mountain lion hunting with you? How much would it cost?" Gotta show up. That's all I say, you gotta
Yeah.
show up. Literally.
Yeah.
December 1st, I'm running 7 days a week. You can show up at Christmas. I'm running. I'm in the mountains every day. Every day. I don't
Yeah.
take the day off. All you have to do is
Yeah.
show up. There's nobody out there that wants to run 150 days straight into the mountains with you. I drive the mountains so much. This is my rule of thumb. When you're driving and you no longer realize where you're at, you pull over and take a nap. I drive in the mountains so much that there will be times where I literally cannot tell you what mountain range I'm in, what drainage I'm in. I don't have a clue. I literally will
Yeah.
just look around and be like, where am I?
Where am
And
I?
I know
Yeah.
these mountains like the back of my hands. That's when I
Yeah.
know that I've pushed it beyond pushing and it's time for a 30-minute nap.
Yep.
So I
Just
pull
kind of
over, I
collect
pass
yourself a little
out,
bit.
I wake up, and I go, boom, I'm in Hell's Canyon. I'm up, First Creek. Like, I know
Yep.
exactly where I'm
Yep.
at the second I wake up. Like, but there for a second, it's like, "Ooh, man, you're getting a
Where'd I
little
end up?
delirious."
Because you're just in that zone, right? That just like it's like anything you do where you're just so focused on a thing that you're not really picking up anything peripheral. And I love that just from a mental aspect. That's for me, our daily life is so busy with the businesses and things that for me, if I'm fishing or I'm hunting, where I'll like look around. Oh, it's been 4 hours. I haven't thought about anything, not a
Yep.
thing. But
That's when you
this
know you're
one,
in the right
this riffle.
place. That's when you know
Yes,
you're in the
exactly.
right place. Like,
Yeah, and an
literally.
elk will do that to you, right? Like, it's like if you know they're there and you're watching them feed and you're on the hillside and you're thinking all the while you're going, "All right, if I go through this drainage here, or if I go up and around there or whatever," and it's just that's the part for me that I'm so after is just that, like, that simplicity of everything drops away, and it's a singularity of a moment for me and that animal, or so for me and that fish or whatever else it is that we're doing, that God, it feels so good. I'm sure for you, that's that it's a drug you're addicted to, right? Of like it's
Oh,
just like you
it's
see that one print, that one track, and you go, "I've got one mission in life right now, one."
one. Literally, mine goes, "Beep." Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, when
Everything
my
else drops off.
one of my best men was just, in his speech, he was describing me. He described me as a hound dog. He said that
Yep.
I put my nose down and I disappear, but I'll always come back.
Yeah. Yep. I
I
love it,
thought
man.
Yeah, that's
I thought
awesome.
that was pretty good. I was like, that's pretty spot on because
Yeah.
I'm that guy. I'm like, "Squirrel, boom," and I'm all into that squirrel. But when I turn
Yep.
around, I gotta go back to, whatever it was.
Yep.
So
It's
it's
funny, a lot like, my question, I think you're probably our ninth or 10th, um, guy we've had on the podcast now, and a question and this question is lost on you because I already know the answer, but I ask everybody like, okay, what would 11-year-old you think about what you're doing today, and would he be proud of you for doing it? And I already know the answer.
oh, fuck.
So it's but I got to ask it to you, like, what would 11-year-old you look at what you're doing now, and like, I mean, for you, I mean, on a TV show and everything, like, what would he say? You get to
Dude,
sit down next to him.
so this is crazy to think. 11-year-old Jake Herak was smoking cigarettes. Like, I started smoking cigarettes when I was in kindergarten. That's freaking
Oh,
nuts.
what the
I was
hell?
puffing cigarettes at 11 years old, little punk kid riding around shirtless on a BMX bike. And, the
Yes.
only time that I was a wild man, I'd go home at night and I'd get my little bow. Like, I was
Yeah.
like a little punk kid, like literally a punk. But all I wanted to do was make it into the woods and be able to make a living off of it. So I can tell you, like, the 11-year-old Jake, I he wouldn't even believe where Jake is today. Like, he
Yeah.
couldn't have dreamed this big.
Yeah.
When I was like 11 years old, there was a kid from Dixon, Guy Silvernail, and he made it on a Dentyne Ice commercial for bubble gum.
Yeah.
He pops a
Yeah.
piece of bubble gum in his mouth. He's like, and they give the whatever the hell it
Yeah.
is,
And
and
you're
boom,
like,
he's
that guy's
done.
famous.
15 seconds, and I'm like, Dixon, Montana. That guy lives 5 miles from me. He's on TV. Like, how cool is that? Like, it was like the biggest thing in
Yeah.
the world. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
here I am. So I just went back home and I went and talked to all the schools. I
Yeah.
fought with all my teachers. The
Yeah.
principal that's still there, like, we getting this close to getting in fist fights. Like, I mean, and I
What's your
like
message when you go back to those schools, Jake? What are you telling those kids, man? What's your messaging?
I just tell them it doesn't matter what these teachers tell you. It doesn't matter if they believe in you. It doesn't matter. It's literally you can be their boss one day. Like
Yep.
always tell them, like the reservation is this big. The world is so much
Yeah.
bigger. I mean, you're
Yeah.
unstoppable. It's so cool to go back there and be able to walk into my school where I mean, my disciplinary notices, like, it's like a Bible. I have this folder that's like this, and, I get to walk in there, and literally all the teachers that were there, they praise me because I was a little shithead kid, and now I grew up and, I'm like their
Yeah.
success story or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's like I told them, like, there was days when I woke up and went to school where I thought the principal was just looking to get me in trouble. I
Right.
come to the realization when I grew up, I was just a little shithead. It had nothing to
Yeah.
do with them. It was all me
Yep.
just creating my own freaking grave, man. I dug my own
Yep.
hole. Like it
Yep.
had nothing to do with them. I've apologized to all my teachers. Like, I mean, we've all went our rounds. You live and learn, and it's just like, I mean, it's so crazy where the world can take you and what a random phone call can do. My
Yeah.
biggest message is follow your heart and don't give a shit what anybody else thinks of you because you never know when you're gonna die. I mean, you really don't. The only thing guaranteed was yesterday.
Right.
That's that. Like, I mean, I
Yep.
had so many kids that were I bet from grade school to when I graduated, we probably lost 6 or 8 kids. Now in Twin
Yeah.
Bridges, every 10 years, they might lose a kid. On the
Yeah.
reservation, less than 6 months. It's just the way it is. It's a totally different world. So, I just learned to, not
Life is
take
short. Yeah.
life's short. Don't take it for granted and just go with it.
Yeah.
Like, the only
Yeah.
person stopping you is you. Like, you're your
Yep.
biggest obstacle, and when you figure that out, the world's yours, literally.
Yep. Yep. I completely agree, man. I think that's just it. I think especially in this country, right? We live in Disneyland as far as I'm concerned. And
Yes.
it's just there's so much opportunity and so many fun things we can go do, right? That it's almost hard to handle sometimes, just all the good stuff that's out there if we look for it.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's like, I mean, I always tell people, if you're not happy where you're at, move. There's a
Yep.
place out there that wants you, that loves you. The community will freaking praise you. I mean, that if you're not
Yeah.
happy, pack your shit and move. You don't like waking
Absolutely,
up,
man.
going to work every day? Create a business. I mean,
But
people
yep.
always say, like, must be nice. Well, yeah, it is nice to get up in the fucking morning and go do something. Like,
Yep.
you're capable. Quit your job and
Yep.
go start a business doing the same thing, or go start a business doing something you wanna do. There's money out there.
Yeah.
You just gotta go for it.
Yeah. I was my son the other day, I was making him he made a mess in the garage. He's always getting my tools out and building shit. He built a little sword out of a broken broom handle the last 3 days, and there's shit laying everywhere in the garage. Then I was making him sweep and he's kind of griping at me, because he's 13. That's what he does, right? And
Yep.
I'm telling him, I'm like, here's the deal, Bubba. Like, if you can learn how to push a broom, then you're never stuck doing some job you hate the rest of your life. I said, worst case, doesn't matter what the job is. I said, you can tell your boss to piss off and quit on any given day and go push a broom until you figure out what you want to do with your life.
Yep.
Right. And so I said, this is the most powerful skill you'll ever learn right here is just willingness to get behind like a broom or a shovel or, a hammer and just swing it. And,
Yeah.
you know, and the good thing about those kind of jobs, there's a lot of time to think, you know? There's a
A
lot of time to
lot of
spraying
time to
weeds, you know,
yeah.
there's a lot of time to think about, well, what am I gonna do with my life? I don't wanna do this forever, but what do I wanna do? And I think that if you can learn a couple simple skills as a young man or young woman, the freedom I think kids don't understand the freedom that comes out of that going, you know, take a space that's dirty, make it clean again, you'll always have a job. That's
Yep.
never gonna get outsourced. AI will never do that job. That's
Nope.
always gonna be available, and it is enough to pay your bills, like you said, right? It might only be 12, 15 bucks an hour, but you can get by on that. You can get
Yep.
by on that till you figure out what you wanna do, but don't, for God's sakes, don't do some bullshit you don't wanna do the rest of your life, living inside a box, taking care of somebody else's business or whatever it is, you know, and waste this life, right? Not living that dream you wanna live.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the oil fields, you know, probably
Yep,
15 years ago because I thought I needed more money. Like,
yep,
I went to my boss and I was like, "Hey, I need more money. I'm going to the oil fields. I'm gonna make money." And he
yep,
said, "You know, I can't hold it against you for bettering yourself. Go do it." I
yep,
went out there. I realized that money wasn't what I was after.
no,
Like, money was
no,
not what I was after. And it took me going
yep,
out there and making a little bit to realize it, but money wasn't what I was after at all. Once I got out there and
no,
was making money, I hated my life. And I
yep,
realized that I could make way less and be way happier.
yeah.
So I walked away and went back to weed spraying. I was like, you know,
And
it
that's
ain't,
just a decision, right? It's nothing. It's not a big shift. It's just a mental thing. It's just a
yeah.
mental decision to say, I'm gonna be happier. I'm gonna do what I love to do and be happy doing it.
I think the only way you fail in life is just giving up. I mean, truthfully, you just got to keep going. I mean, you're not a failure if you try something and don't accomplish it. It's just a stepping stone. It's another curve to learn. You know, it's just you got to keep going. The second
And
you
I
give
think you
up,
get
you lose. But
yeah.
I mean, if you just keep going, you're just learning. Everything's a learning experience.
And you can say that you've done it. I think that it takes time though to like be able to look back and go, man, I can pretty easily look at like say 4 or 5. I got so many failures, but you can look at some of those and you go, oh, there was a reason for that. I was supposed to learn this thing here, and I was supposed to learn this here, and I was supposed to learn this here, it takes it takes a while to be able to look back on that and go, oh, those failures are some of my best lessons, right? And then so that idea of like now you're looking forward from even where you're at and go, what are you going to do next that you're going to fail at, so that you can then find that next thing you're supposed to find, right? Like, do you
Yep.
continue to push and go, I'm going to go find failure along the way here, so I can find that little pot of gold that's at the back end of it.
Yeah, it's definitely. I don't know. It's yeah. It's just you don't fail unless you give up, and as long as you don't give
Yeah,
up, well, you're not failing. That's how I feel about life. I mean,
dude.
you just got to
Yeah,
keep
I love
going.
it. I love it. Dude, anything else that you got that you want us to know about where you're at and what you're doing, bud? I mean, this is for me, it's been
Oh,
absolutely awesome. I for sure had a moment here sitting here going like, you know, like you said, you get to live your dream. Like, shit, this is freaking so much fun getting to just talk shit with somebody for
yeah. What's
an
crazy
hour and
is
56
we got
minutes. I kind of
we got
time
two,
warped there a little
two
bit. I
brothers and a totally random guy. I've never met you guys. We just had a long
no,
conversation. I honestly, I could talk to you guys all day.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's like-minded people. I mean,
yeah,
talking about their passions. It's really easy to connect with people, and you know, it just really is.
yeah. And just out having fun, man. And it is an absolute blast, right? To get to do what we get to do, and for you to get to, you know, now you're getting paid to just go. I mean, it's got to be a little bit surreal at times going, they're paying me to do this,
Yeah,
you know?
like there's times where I get frustrated, and then I'm like, you know, I'm not in an office. I'm getting paid to like this is my job. Like
Yeah. I
I
could be
can't complain right now. Like,
I could be sitting behind a computer, you know? I mean,
yeah, my camera like, you don't
what a
want to do
horrible
that,
existence.
do you? And I'm like, no, but I'm going
Yeah.
to because it's my job. You know, it's
Yep,
like, God dang it,
yep.
no. And you know I don't want to do it.
Yeah,
He can
yep.
tell now. Like he can tell. He's like, I tell him the look on your face, and I'm like, yeah, I want to punch you. He's like, I know. I know.
He goes, "But I gotta have this. I gotta have it."
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, yeah. I know you want to punch me, Jake, but can you do
Yeah,
this? I'm like,
just one more
oh,
time. Yep.
oh, okay.
That's fun.
Oh, I love it, bud. Well, dude, hey, thank you for taking time on a Saturday morning to spend some time with us. I appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely. It was nice to have me. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see you out
Yeah,
there.
we
I've been
really
out there
appreciate
enough.
you.
I think you're always up chasing stuff when I'm up there with Heath, but we'll get together sometime. I'll let you
You got to
put me
come
in the
down and
ground.
chase a cat with me.
Yeah,
That'll
that's on the list for sure, bud.
that'll
That'd be an
be
absolute blast.
you guys would have a blast. I mean, like
Oh yeah.
load up the whole brothers, the whole crew.
Yep.
We'll have a brother. We'll have a brother
Some of them are
bash on the
quicker than others,
mountain.
bud. I'll have to catch up with you guys.
That makes it a lot funner that way, though.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. So
Awesome.
good. Tyrell, you got anything for him, Bubba?
This is awesome.
Yeah, this
Really
is great.
appreciate your time, man.
Yeah.
No, thanks for having me. Good luck on your big race, man. You're nuts.
Yeah, it'll be
You
fun.
are
It'll be
nuts.
the idea is to not have so much fun and see how we get through it, right? And so
Yep, literally, yeah. You got to figure
hit
out
some
what your
walls
limitations
and
are.
yep, yep. And that's the goal. So
I
yeah, can't
guarantee you,
wait to get after it.
if you can run 100 miles, you can do anything in life. I can guarantee you that.
I think, behind the curtain, I think that's kind of what you look for, right? Like,
Yep. Oh yeah,
how do I how do
that's
I get
got to
out of
be
this concrete jungle and test it a little, and
that is the test of
go
all tests. I mean, it really
yeah.
is.
So yeah, dude, exciting. And then it just gets you ready for elk season, right?
Yep. Oh
That's
yeah.
the reason we started it all. We were just trying to find a way to spend our summers and in the mountains and get some miles in and be ready. So
Yeah, and I think that's key. That's a point actually that we didn't touch on, but like Jake, for you and Joe and Heath being in that weight room, like that's why you go in there, right? I mean, that's
Yep.
why I train. I have a guy, Adrian, similar to Mountain Tough, is a Ridgeline athlete that he writes all our workouts, and they're really similar, right?
Yep.
It's just put yourself under pressure, keep that heart rate up, and go go hard. But I think for me, it's if I didn't have that, I don't know what I would do. Like it's like that you're always thinking you're doing step ups and it's like you got 400 step ups with a weighted vest and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to remember this day when I'm chasing that one bull or that mule deer and I got to get over two more ridges. And it's that moment where you go like, there's the animal I want to hunt over there. Am I willing to get myself there or not? And it's great to have something you're passionate about, to have something to train for. Cause I don't know what I'd do without it. I'd struggle without the ability to go out and be in the woods and chase it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's what I built my whole life around, really. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be lost. I'd be lost,
Yeah.
lost.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. So, well, again, we'll wrap her up. Jake, thanks a ton, man, for taking the time and energy. Tell your wife thank you as well for sharing you with us a little bit here this morning, and you go enjoy that family, man. It's you got how long till you kind of really get in the woods again and you're back at it working?
Oh, so actually right now I've got a huge project in the Upper Ruby, so I'm in the mountains 7 days a week for the next well, till I go to New Mexico. So
Yep.
I'll pretty much be up there, coming out at night, of course, shooting the
Yep.
bow and preparing for New Mexico, but the whole time I'll be
Good.
up there plotting on Montana and spotting in the mornings because we get up there early enough that I can, do some glassing in the morning and then
Yeah.
take off and do my job.
Nice.
So we're
Good.
always scouting, always looking for more. I mean, there's
Darn
always
right.
game cameras out there. I mean,
Yep.
I mean, there's always something. We're always
Yeah.
plotting on
Yeah.
more.
Yep, absolutely. Well, dude, thanks again. We'll do this again. I'd love to have another conversation at some point. I think there's a lot more we can dig into. So, but thanks for the energy again, and we'll catch you on the next one. Okay, Jake.
You bet. You guys, thanks for having
All
me.
right, thanks, bud.
Reminiscing this and that and having such a good time.